So what's up, everybody? Sorry about that little delay. We've been working out some of the technical difficulties for the first stream of the season, but we've already got some action going as Georgia Tech has thrown an interception. We got Sorgy Stories coming on with us now. We're trying to get the football expert on, so he's actually calling me right now. I'll be right back on the stream. We'll see if we can get him on with us.
Okay, what's up, everyone? Anthony here. Lincoln just took off. So we have, it looks like 3rd and 3 for Louisville. Um, and yeah, so the snap, and we've got a pass to the end zone, and that is incomplete. No pass interference call, so it's going to be 4th and 9 for the Cardinals here. And yeah, so glad to have everyone joining us on this beautiful Friday evening. Make sure to drop a comment, subscribe to all of our channels if you haven't yet. Very quickly, I'm just going to make a community post, letting people know about tonight's stream. Let me do that very quickly. So 3-0 Cardinals after the made field goal. And yeah, so that is what's going on so far. So interesting matchup today. The Cardinals taking on the Yellow Jackets at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. So yeah, we're on the break, and I will be right back.
All right, I apologize. I'm sorry for that. But we are going to have the football expert on with us. He's going to be on in about 30 to 45 minutes. So he'll hop on with us here as we got a good game on a Friday night as we kick off week 1 of college football. We got the Louisville Cardinals playing the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets here. And this is the Aflac kickoff game. And so it's been a pretty interesting game. Offense is struggling a little bit. You see right there, 12 total yards for Louisville, just one first down. Came away with a field goal as they do lead at 3-0. And for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets on their first possession of the 2023 season was an interception by Haynes King it was tipped at the line, picked by Louisville. They ended up getting a field goal off of it. Jack Plummer on the other side for Louisville, reunited with his head coach, his old former head coach in Jeff Brom, back at back at Louisville. They were together in Purdue, but they are back now. And so yeah, it's exciting for them to see that, some new stuff going on for Louisville. Then you look at when you look on the other side for Georgia Tech, you got Haynes King, the transfer quarterback from A&M, highly regarded out of high school, a new head coach sort of for Georgia Tech as he was the interim in Brent Key last season. Coached the last 8 games of the season. They went 4-4, 1-3 in the first 4 games under Jeff Collins. So, it's a good
Yeah,
season for Brent Key. in that Georgia Tech team. And, I think they're going to have a better year than people expect this year. I don't think they're a 3-win team like a lot of people think. Last year they won 5, they went 5-7. If they can improve by one game and get to a bowl game, that is a huge success for Georgia Tech in just year one with Brent Key. So, I think it's going to be a good season for him. As 1st and 10, King is going to fake the run on the read option, then throw a little screen pass, and they're going to pick up about 8 on the play. So a nice little play there, get his confidence back, get him a nice little pass. Um, so yeah, what are your thoughts on this game so far, Anthony? As you've been watching?
Um, it's been a good game to start. I just saw that 1st and 10 play there. I mean, first game of the year, you'd never know what to expect, but two ACC opponents in Atlanta, as I mentioned earlier when you were gone.
You there? The thing is acting up. It just removed me from the stream, and then it
I'm
removed
here.
you back. All right, we're here.
Okay. Yeah. I was just saying, I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. Highly competitive tonight.
Oh yeah, I agree. The spread is -7.5 Louisville. We'll see what ends up happening with that, but it's supposed to, it's expected to be a close game. We'll see how it ends up going. As
Yeah.
turns out, my cousin's the referee for this one, Riley Johnson from
Oh,
Seneca,
wow.
South
Okay.
Carolina. Didn't know that, but all right. Yeah, he's an ACC ref. He's my second cousin, so nice to see
Nice.
him out there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he won't make any bad calls now that you people know that.
um, so yeah. Um, First stream of the year, getting back used to it. We haven't streamed since the trade deadline, which was a month ago.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I did a little small stream of the top 25,
That's right. Yeah.
but yeah, nothing really other than that. And it's been a while since we've done an actual stream. Let me actually pull up and see the last streams I've done.
Yeah, I'm about
Um,
to check that myself. I'm gonna guess that mine is Brewers Twins before the deadline. Oh, it's the All Star game. I forgot I did that. Yeah.
so
Um.
since the end of the NFL playoff, the last football game of last season I streamed was the Niners versus the Cowboys.
Oh, that game. Wow.
After that, I've streamed 5 times. I streamed the Kansas versus Texas basketball game,
Okay.
the 2023 NFL Draft Round 1, Celtics versus Heat Eastern Conference Finals Game 6. I streamed Wake Forest LSU in the Men's College World Series, and then my AP poll stream. So, it's definitely been there's definitely been a long break in between streams that we've done.
Yeah.
Long break for sure.
Yeah. I've got this Altoona Erie game on my second TV right now.
Gotcha.
Um. I
Okay.
I think False Skeens is pitching. They're up 3-2. I think. I don't really know what team is he on. Altoona. I think so.
He would be on Altoona, but here's a question I have for you. Is he actually pitching or not? Like, what inning is it in? Because I know he's only been going about an inning or two in these
We're
games.
we're top 7 right now.
Is he still out there?
I think so. I mean, it looks like a dude with a mustache.
Maybe they're letting him go. I know usually he's only pitched an inning or two as they were the play was under review. I believe, what did they say it was, for targeting, or was it no, it wasn't targeting. It was if the runner was short of the first down, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, hey, while we got a break, let me make sure that you guys, no matter what channel you're watching on, this is being streamed across all of our channels. So make sure that you guys check out, regardless, what channel you're on. Make sure you check all the other ones out. Make sure you go subscribe to American Football Network. Make sure you subscribe to Sorgy Stories. Make sure you subscribe to the Football Expert, and make sure you subscribe to College Football Roundup as we bring you this coverage. Again, the Football Expert going to join us in a little bit. So if you're on his channel, you don't hear his voice, he's coming. just not quite here yet, finishing up dinner with the family. So he
Yeah.
will be here. He'll be here pretty soon. But
Do you want me to fix the banner? I just saw that it's that there's like a your name is missing word. Should I fix that?
oh yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
As there's a um nice little pass there from King for a first down.
Okay. There.
Got his tight end number 81 for the catch. And that'll be a first down and a new set of chains for Georgia Tech, their first down of the season.
Yeah.
King gonna drop the throw again, gonna throw a little screen pass. That one's going nowhere. They'll only got about a yard on that one.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. I'm on first down right now. I just saw that play. Okay. But yeah.
I
So
like
what do we
this
think
little
about?
formation here by Georgia Tech. They got doubles on each side, one in the
Yeah.
backfield. I like that. I like that formation. They got, you know, a little bit of trickery out there. It's sort of, not trickery, but a formation you're not really used to seeing. A nice read option there by King, and he's going to get about 7, and he slides and gets hit as he's going down. The way they protect the quarterback these days, I'm surprised there wasn't a flag there. I was expecting to see one fly.
Yeah. What do we
That was
think
pretty
about
good.
the jerseys tonight?
Ooh, I think that's targeting. I think that's target. Do you see
Yeah.
that? I think that's going to be I don't know if they've. I don't think they can review it and rethrow it though. So
Oh.
okay. So I guess targeting you can review because
Yeah. That's head to head. Yeah.
yeah, he's gone. Okay, so I guess targeting the flag doesn't have to be thrown for it to be under review.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, with the jerseys tonight, um, I'll start with Louisville. They're more of the simpler ones. I like Louisville's jerseys. The white helmet, red pants. I like those. They're clean. They're simple. They're not a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I like the little L on the hip, the little white graphic L that they have on the hip. I like I like the yeah, I like the uniforms there for Louisville. Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech got a little bit more color. They got the white pants with the golden navy stripes down the side. Then the jerseys are gold. Oh, by the way, I just noticed this on Louisville's. They got the silver wings on the shoulders. I
Okay.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that silver wings on the shoulder. I love I'll rate those at 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. I'm gonna go the white red. It's not a bad look. I'm gonna go. I mean, I'll give it a 6. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just there. I call it above average.
Okay.
Um. But yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay. Then you look at Georgia Tech's. They got the white pants with the gold and blue stripe. Then they got the kind of mustard gold, yellow, whatever kind of color you want to call it, jersey with the blue lettering, and they got the white and navy stripe on on the side of the shoulder with the classic shiny gold helmet. I like the gold helmets. I like the gold uniforms. I don't necessarily like them together. They're two different shades. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like that together. I think I'm going to give this one a 6. It's not bad, not really good. It's kind of in that above average range. Um, so yeah, I mean I like them. They're not the best though. They definitely
Okay.
could improve them. I think they would look really good with a white helmet.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. So I will try to let me see if I can find and screen share what the um what the it'll load here. So the Brewers had a uniform. If I can find it here. Yes, this is it. Um it's currently loading. They had kind of this kind of like gold looking uniform in the 2010s that It's not like a terrible. Let's see if I don't have it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's kind of the
Yeah,
same color as Georgia Tech's helmets was, kind of like a
yeah. So,
yeah.
and I feel like that gold is just too dark for me. I like a much more. I feel like with this, I'm looking at a poor man's Notre Dame gold. Um, which in Notre Dame's case, like I get it, but still I don't like it on a jersey in most cases. But
It looks
for
really good on a helmet.
yeah, it looks
Really good
really
on a
nice on the
helmet,
helmet.
but not on a jersey. Is real quick. They did get number 10 for Louisville, Perry. I believe he's a safety for them. Let me look right here. Yeah, that'd be Benjamin Perry. He's kind of like the star linebacker, star. The position, the star.
Yeah,
Benjamin Perry, sophomore, returning starter for him. He is done for the rest of this game on the targeting.
yeah. So here but with Georgia Tech's uniforms, it's either to me, it's either you go with like a Notre Dame gold vibe, which I still don't really like, or you go with the kind of the logo that like the other Georgia Tech logo that has like that lighter gold.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
or you go with that. Like I can't stand the mustard with this old gold. I'm gonna give it like if
Both
I'm
of them, both of them are good, but not together.
yeah
But I
I'd
don't feel like
say
that mustard gold would look good on a helmet.
yeah I feel like if they did gold blue white or gold blue blue or gold blue gold it would look
What
nice.
about what about blue helmets with this uniform they have right now? I don't think that would look bad.
It would look
King gonna
okay.
throw it deep, just out of the reach of his man. It looked like it went right through his hands, had him deep inside the 15. Would have been a huge play there for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Just missed that one.
3 out of 10 on the Georgia Tech uniforms.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. But if they had a blue jersey with that helmet, I'd be a big fan of it.
Oh yeah, blue jersey, that looks great. This yeah, I just don't really like the mix of the colors, but again, I don't it's not terrible, but certainly far from the best.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
As Malik Rutherford was the intended receiver on that one, went just out of the reach of his hands. Just
Yeah,
wasn't quite able to pull that one in. Is King going to throw it again, and that one's going to go far wide on the out route to pretty much nobody.
yeah.
Bring up
So,
4th and 8. Looks like they're going to bring on the field goal unit, I believe. I think they're close enough for a field goal.
yeah. I mean, the safe range is pretty far, but yeah, I think that I think you'll probably see a field goal here. So you're the ACC guy here.
Oh, real
So
quick, no, they are gonna punt the ball.
oh wow, okay. So that's an interesting decision.
Oh, I thought they were on the 34. They're on the 44. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but so you're Mr. ACC here. So I'll ask you, um, where do you see these teams finishing in the ACC?
Um, I did my predictions and I scheduled them all out. Actually, let me go grab those real quick.
Okay. And meanwhile, while you do that, I'm going to talk about if you look close enough on this Mercedes-Benz field, you will be seeing the soccer pitch lines that on the field from Atlanta United, who draws an incredible amount of fans every game. Phenomenal fan base. A lot of respect goes out to the Atlanta fans supporting football, baseball, basketball, and soccer in their city. As I'm going to grab this Central Michigan State game on FS1 on the second TV here.
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, so looking at what I had these two teams going, I had Georgia Tech at 4-8. I had them at 4-8. I think I'd probably change that. I think I would probably give them a win against Syracuse.
Okay.
Have them at 5-7, but I do have them losing to Louisville. I do think Louisville will win this game. I have Louisville at 6-6. They're a pretty good team, but they do have a tougher schedule. They go. Um, Actually, no, I wrote that down wrong. I have them with only 5 losses, and I wrote 6-6. I just can't count. I got them losing at NC State, to Notre Dame at home, at Pitt, to Duke at home, and at Miami.
Okay.
Um, but in terms of the ACC, I have Georgia Tech finishing, let's see here, third to last in the ACC.
Okay.
I have Virginia at 14. I have Boston College at 13, and I have Georgia Tech at 12 because I have Georgia Tech beating Boston College, but both of them finishing at 4 and 8. Um, even if I made um, Georgia Tech 5 and 7, which would put them at 3 and 5 in the ACC, the only team they would be ahead of is Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Um, only other, so I have them about I think they finished between 10 and 12 personally.
Okay.
Um, when I look at Louisville at what I have them at 7 and 5, and I have them with 4 and 4 in the ACC. So 7 and 5, 4 and 4 in the ACC. The only teams I have ahead of them, I think, in terms of ACC is going to be Clemson, Duke, Florida State, North Carolina, and Pitt. Yeah, and Pitt. So those are the only teams I have above them. I have a bunch of teams tied with them: Miami, Syracuse, NC State, Wake Forest. So I think Louisville's more of a middle of the pack team. I think Georgia Tech's more of a bottom team. But you never know with these teams where they can end up. I think Louisville's obviously in a little bit of a better spot. They're not as bad as a program. They have a more experienced and um, a guy who's been more experienced not only just in college football but in the system. And Jack Plummer reuniting with his head coach Jeff Brom, who he was under at Purdue before transferring to Cal, where he played last season and had a pretty good season. Transferred back to Louisville this season to reunite with Brom, and he's looks okay tonight. He's looked okay.
Yeah.
He's 0 for 2 on the night, but he looks confident
Yeah.
is what I like. Is obviously he hasn't completed a pass yet, but he looks confident back there running this offense, and that's always good to have as the Um, second three gets carried for about 1 yard, and that's going to bring up about 3rd and 2 here for Louisville. They're pretty far inside their own territory. Not really a spot that you want to turn the ball over at your own 17 to have to punt from. So
Yeah.
definitely wanna see if you can move the ball and get farther up for sure.
Yeah. On my second TV, I've got this Michigan State Central Michigan game now on. Nothing. 7 minutes or so left in the second quarter. Um, Michigan State should win this, right? You'd think.
You would think so. You would think so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Reckley's not here to hear this, but Marshall did beat Notre Dame last year, so anything can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. As a false start on Louisville is gonna back this up and make it even more harder. A 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
Not ideal for you there. You had
No,
a
not at
nice
all.
you had a nice 3rd down spot at 3rd and 2, and now you bump it back to your own 12-yard line and bring up 3rd and 7. That definitely makes it a little bit more difficult. So I think we're going to see Plummer throw. Yep, we are. And he had a man open across the middle down the seam, and he threw. I mean, he just missed him. He threw it into the ground. And it looked like he may have caught the ball, but they're going to rule it incomplete. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
he
about
threw
to
it straight into the ground. Dude was wide open.
I'm about to see this here. Let's see. Yeah, that's just wow.
If you want to win football games, I mean, that's a throw as a D1 quarterback you have to make.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, on the first angle, I'm like, that's not that bad, and then I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, that took a bounce.
Oh
Um,
yeah, look it almost looked like he might have potentially caught it at first.
yeah.
And then you watch it the next way and it just bounced.
So Louisville back in their own end zone now, um, and they're punting it, and that's going to go to the 40 or so. So not too bad of a punt from their own end zone, about 60 yards. And yeah, so the Jackets will be taking over here with 6:13 left in the first.
King,
Um,
King, another little screen route. They get about one or two off that. They've been doing that a lot.
yeah, I mean they're running a not too complicated offense. They're just running screens a lot. I just saw the ad for it, so I'll talk about it here tomorrow night live on what American Football Network, the football expert and Sorgy Stories, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah, 7:30 on ABC will be live for it.
Yeah, and then there will also be some probably yelling about the Bruce Phillies game from me. And slight disappointment in the Sorgy house over the fact that West Virginia is going to get blown out.
Yeah, same time. Same time tomorrow night. Penn State, West Virginia.
Yeah, the
Not
first
going to be a
NBA.
fun one for Mountaineer fans.
What'd you say?
Not going to be a fun one for Mountaineer fans.
Yeah, any Mountaineer fan who paid the money to go to state college, I'm sorry, but it's not worth your investment. Um, because you're going to get mentally tortured, and you're going to watch by you're going to get mentally tortured by Penn State fans and your own team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is on the third down, Hanks King gets pressured. He has a man somewhat open down the left sideline. He throws it just out of his reach, though. Will bring up a 4th and 7, and Georgia Tech will have to punt again after they got some pretty decent field position up near
Yeah, I
midfield.
mean,
Gonna have to punt again.
not too bad of a deep throw. Just, I mean, couldn't get there, and a little overthrown, but not too bad of a throw there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Under
Not all that
pressure.
punt went straight up in the air, and it's going to be fielded at about the 10. He's going to run with it, and he's going to go backwards to the 7.
Wow.
We'll see
Um,
where forward progress puts him.
yeah, so Michigan State puts a field goal on the board now as they're kicking off the Central Michigan. And yeah, that punt, that's a man.
At first, I thought he shanked it, but it just kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
Definitely definitely a very weird and misleading looking punt, for sure.
Yeah,
As
I
Louisville will
will
take over again from deep in their own territory at the 8.
yeah, I will be right back.
All right, sounds good. Nice little run there for Louisville. Get them about 3 yards on the carry. Plummer with the nice pass down the field, and that'll get them all the way to about the 30. The 45, okay. Well, they're going to mark him at the 48. Okay. As Plummer's going to run with it now, and he'll get about 7, 8 yards on the carry with that one.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up about a 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4.
Yeah. So rest of the weekend, what we looking at for streaming? Let the people know.
What's that?
I
You
said,
cut out on me.
what can people expect this weekend from other than that North Carolina South Carolina game from streaming?
So I think Saturday tomorrow as well at 3:30 we're gonna try and do Boise State Washington and stream that one.
All
Think
right.
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And then we got Sunday night, we got Florida State LSU, and Monday night we got Clemson Duke at 8 o'clock. So we're excited for this opening week. It's gonna be great. We hope to see all of you there for sure.
Yeah.
Tell your friends about it. Make sure you guys hop in, talk some college football, and enjoy a nice chill stream of some football games.
Yeah. And looks like the Louisville gets first down there. So yeah. As I'm expecting updates on, I'll get updates from MLB on the Brewers game. Hopefully, I'm just gonna.
Plummer, the little check down swing pass, and that's going to get him about 9. He lost the football. Georgia Tech got it. Yellow
Wow.
jacket football. He kept
And
fighting and fighting and fighting and got to the first down marker, and then Georgia Tech ripped the ball out. That's Georgia Tech football.
in other news, the Phillies are leading the game 1-0 after one at bat. Kyle Schwarber hits a home run to start off the game in Milwaukee. So that's a tough start for the Brewers, but Schwarber in a home run friendly park. Gotta expect it.
Gotcha. Interesting. So they actually couldn't recover it. The ball went out of bounds and was knocked back in.
Wow. Okay.
Louisville would
So
keep the ball.
okay. Yeah. I'm looking at this
And now they're
replay right
moving even
now.
further. It's 2nd inches, and they got the first down all the way to the 20.
Yeah, I mean that's out on Georgia Tech. There's no doubt about that.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, yeah, they tried to swat it back in, but it definitely bounced out of bounds for sure.
well, that's some tough luck for the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They were that close from getting a turnover. Would have got another good starting field position and would have shut this Louisville drive down, which has been pretty impressive thus far. They started this drive back at their own 8-yard line and are
Yeah,
now in the red zone. Nice little reverse right there. They brought the receiver around. Jimmy Callaway faked the handoff to Gerard Jordan, and a nice little run there for him.
yeah. Let's see.
So 2nd and 3 for him now from the 13.
Yep. And
Plummer fakes the handoff, the throw, incomplete. Again, threw it straight into the ground.
and tough, tough.
Callaway said he had that one, but I think again that one bounced.
Yeah. So in this spot where it is perfectly, I talked about this earlier. Can you notice the soccer field or the soccer pitch lines on the field?
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. And I was talking about Atlanta United and how many fans they have. And as I
You
talked
can
about
see right
soccer,
there clearly where the goalie box and everything was.
yeah, and as we talked about soccer, we lose 3 viewers immediately,
As
as to
Plummer,
be
3rd and
expected.
3, Georgia Tech comes after him. And he has to
I
force one on the slant route, batted away, incomplete, 4th and 3.
Yeah, I actually I was at the store today and I was able to get a Team USA soccer T-shirt. Um,
Oh, nice.
it's pretty cool. I might. I was at the local Target, and I don't know if Nick the Legend from Storage Store is watching, but if he is, and if not, usually as soon as I talk about him, he comes. Um, so I actually ran into him. My mom wanted us to look at like some men's clothing, and I go into the men's section. I'm like, there's got to be some sports stuff somewhere, and I was able to get a Philadelphia Union MLS T-shirt and a Team USA soccer T-shirt. Um, and they were both like $17.
Nice, nice.
So, and that's 6-0.
All right, here's your Aflac trivia question of the day. Which 5 FBS schools do not have university in the name?
Okay. Ooh, let me think about this. So I guess I'll go. Okay, Boston College. Um, let me think about the other ones. Do you have any?
I'm trying to think.
I'm going conference by conference here. Air Force, Navy,
Army.
Army. So that
There's
gets us
one
to
more.
4. There's one more. Okay, let me think. University of Wisconsin, University of Minnesota, University of Iowa, University of Nebraska, Michigan, OSU, Penn State,
I'm thinking it's going to be
Rutgers.
a smaller school.
Yeah, let me think. Coastal Carolina, that's university, right?
Yeah, that's university.
App State,
Yeah, that's a university.
South Florida, yes. Let me look at a list of colleges and let me just look at this NCAA or FBS
Georgia Tech
standings.
was the other one.
Oh yeah, Georgia
I've heard
Institute of
people say
Technology.
I've heard people say Georgia Tech University before though.
Yeah, I didn't think that. I didn't even think about that. The Georgia Institute of
I didn't either. I've
Technology.
just heard people say Georgia Tech University before.
Yeah, I should have known that because the other day I looked up Georgia Tech and it showed up Georgia Institute of Technology. Um.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Oh, so the ACC is officially adding Cal, SMU, and Stanford. That's official.
What was that?
I said ACC is officially adding Cal, Stanford, and SMU.
Yeah, that came out like I think 8:30 or 9 o'clock, something like that this morning. It was released
Oh,
that they
okay.
had voted on it, and it had come out that Cal, Stanford, and SMU were headed to the ACC.
Yeah, what I saw this morning was that they were invited, not that they had accepted. So that's where I was confused. And so I was like,
Okay.
because
Oh, yeah. That's right. It was that they had invited. That they were invited earlier, not that they had accepted. But yeah, I think
yeah,
they have officially. Yeah, they've officially accepted now.
well, that's interesting. And Michigan State with the ball, and they're going to be short of a first down. So I don't know. I guess Chippewa or not the Chippewas, not Chip. I was going to say Chippewa Falls, but that's a city in Wisconsin. But the Chippewas, I think, are going to take over here in that game as we're on break in the Georgia Tech game. I don't know what that was though. But based off of the reaction of everyone, I'm gonna guess that it was stop. We'll see here. Oh no, yeah, it's first and 10, Central Michigan.
Gotcha. What's the score in that one?
3-0 Michigan State.
And that one's close to halftime, is it not?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
And Central Michigan's moving down the field quick. I mean, they are moving really fast paced offense, just getting down the field. Um, Not really fast paced, but still, I mean, they're making good plays. Beautiful play action fake. Quarterback gets out of a sack and then floats one to the receiver down the sideline.
I've been interested in this Miami duel. I don't know
Uh,
if you've seen any of the trash talk going back and forth. Miami made a diss track against Miami, Ohio about the real Miami. And
that's
then
funny.
Miami, Ohio's quarterback said that that Miami, Florida will find out who the real Miami is on Friday night. But as of right now, Miami's up 10-0 with 7:45 to go in the second quarter.
Which Miami though?
Miami, Florida.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, the Hurricanes, they're up 10-0 with the ball at their own 30 for 3rd and 2.
Yeah, up on the Red Hawks there. Um, let's see. I'm gonna. You know what I should do? So we did the athletic trivia question. We should do the Anthony trivia question. I'm gonna try to get some
All right,
good college football trivia here. Let's see what I can find.
you know what? I think we may have just started uh a new part of our streams this season.
Yeah, I mean it could. Let's see if I can find a good. I'm just going to funtrivia.com. Um, okay, I'm gonna try to get something. Um, we'll go this. This isn't. I don't think this is too tough. In 2004, which player finished second place in the Heisman voting, the highest finish ever for freshmen?
So who was a freshman in 2004?
And I'll give you a hint. They went to Oklahoma.
So Oklahoma freshman in 2004. What do I get the position?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it might give it away.
Considering
I
that
don't
was
know.
before I was born.
Okay. Running back.
Um. Okay, I'm trying to think of Oklahoma running backs. As Georgia Tech has a big run down the sideline,
Okay.
and they're already in the red zone.
Wow.
Huge run off the swing pass there
I
into
mean,
the red zone.
they ran a really quick offense there. And yeah, beautiful pass and the run there, just all the way in.
All right, one more hint on this.
Oh, okay. The
Did they
only
make
other.
the Did they make the NFL?
Oh yeah, you know who this is. Like I'd say NFL legend. I don't know about Hall of Famer. I don't know if they're in the Hall of Fame, but NFL legend.
Oklahoma running back would have been old enough to have been a freshman in 2004, which means they're going to the NFL about 2007, 2008.
And obviously they're retired.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
Oh,
want to know?
oh, I know who it is. Adrian Peterson.
Yes, there you
Yep.
go. Um, I'm gonna have to ask Riley that when he comes on
Oh yeah, for sure.
and see if
I don't think
he
he's
can get
watching
it.
this.
Yeah. Okay. Second and goal for Georgia Tech.
We'll do
Oh,
an
that's a
Anthony's
nice
question.
fake.
We'll do an Anthony's college football trivia question at the start of every quarter. We'll go with
Okay.
that.
Oh, okay. I'm game for this. Well, this says 150. So if we do like under, I need to think about this math. I'm not quite back to school yet. I don't have my brain running like crazy. Okay. So if we do, well, what's the over under on this year's games? 37 and a half. What we got over?
On how many I get right?
No, on how many games we're gonna stream this year. Are we
Counting
gonna take
bowl games, I would
okay,
say
of course counting bowl games, yeah.
37 and a half, though. That's still a lot. Like I looked through week 1, we'll have, let's see,
Who knows how many
3.
through week one.
I mean, we'll have 5 at most.
Yeah. So I
And
mean
that,
5
There's
times
only
12.
realistically 3 we can do on Saturday with the time slots. Maybe 4 if I do a 10 o'clock one.
Yeah.
Pac-12 after
And I'm
dark.
not going to be doing many 10 o'clock streams,
No, I'm not either. Maybe 1 or 2. I think
especially
that
because.
number's a little I think that number is a little high for the over/under.
Okay, so then that means that we'll have enough trivia questions.
Okay, good.
I
Good.
mean, some of these are garbage questions. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you like a garbage one. I mean, some are too easy, some are hard. But like, Frank Sinkwich was one tough back. In fact, he was the first halfback from the SEC to ever win the Heisman Trophy. From which great SEC program did Sinkwich find great success? Like, if my dad came on for one, then I'd ask him that because he's, he there's a decent chance he knows that. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but like, I mean, what's your guess? Just for, giggles.
Alabama.
Okay, yeah. So it was Georgia.
That would have
Um,
been my second.
but then there are these easies like which Pac-12 team's mascot is the Wildcats? Arizona. Like,
Yeah.
some of them are pretty easy. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna kind of have to. I've already seen one that you're not gonna like very much. Um, as a Clemson fan, you won't like. Um, but yeah,
The second and goal, and Smith, the running back for Georgia Tech, has stood up at the 1-yard line.
okay,
Had a nice little hold there for a minute, but that was swallowed up by that Louisville defense and Antonio Watts there.
yeah. Tomorrow night when I'm doing the play-by-play, don't kill me for how behind I am.
Oh no, no, you're good.
You'll be on the next play by the time I'm done doing the play-by-play.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, you're good. As I think Reichley's going to be on with us in about 5-10 minutes. Is Hanks King
Okay,
the little rollout dump pass to his tight end? That is number 80, Brett Scyther, and the Yellow Jackets had evened it up at 6 and can take the lead with the extra point. Great play call there on the play action rollout pass on 3rd and goal.
yeah, great play. And
The extra point to take the lead is up and good, so Georgia Tech on
oh
top
my
7-6 right now.
goodness. Michigan State with a 30-yard play, the receiver making a Jaden Reed-esque catch. First and goal, Spartans now. Wow. Sorry, I look away from one TV
Oh
to
no,
the
you're
other,
good.
and I see this incredible play. And touchdown Spartans, 10 to nothing. Well, if they make PAT.
So a little update for you guys that do follow along with me and the football experts, college football pick'em, through college football roundup, which make sure you subscribe to that channel if you haven't already. We're trying to grow it, get some exclusive content out over there. So make sure you guys subscribe and check that out. But if you want to know the update on the pick'em game so far through 3 completed games, I'm up 3. I'm in 3-0. He is 2-1. So I'm up by a game on him.
Okay.
As we both got Minnesota, we both got Utah last night. I picked NC State. He picked UConn, so I came away with the win in that one.
Yeah.
In this game, I have the Louisville Cardinals. He has the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. So interesting storyline there for the game is that is something that me and him are both fighting for.
Yeah.
Is
Um.
because if he wins this game, he's even back up with me, and we
Yeah.
disagree on 2 games. 2 games. So he took Northern Iowa to beat Iowa State, and he took Duke to beat Clemson. Those are the only two games other than this one we disagree on. Um, so if I win this one, I feel confident in being up at least 2 games on him. I don't know what's going to happen with Northern Iowa and Iowa State, but I feel confident Clemson's going to beat Duke.
Yeah. So we said that at the start of every quarter we're going to do a trivia question. Is that what we said?
Yes, start every quarter, and we'll do start at halftime into halftime.
Okay, I was gonna say because we missed one today, so I was gonna say, do we just want to get it out of the way when Reichley comes, or do we want to do?
We'll do one whenever he joins. Yeah, we'll do one whenever he joins. Hold on 1 second. I gotta use the bathroom.
All right, so we're on break here for the Georgia Tech game, but we do have looks like a touchdown actually happened from Central Michigan. 10-7. The Spartans lead the Chippewas as they take the field again. I didn't even see they scored a touchdown a few minutes ago, but they did. To the one person watching, who I think is me, because I have a YouTube tab on. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Chippewas take the field. I'll be kind of doing the play-by-play of that until we get to Georgia Tech. So yeah, Chippewas here. Snap. It's going to be a QB run, and he goes backwards, goes forwards, almost gets first down. So that's going to be 2nd and 2 as we are chippy on the sidelines in East Lansing. And yeah, number 1 there for Michigan State, number 3 for Central Michigan, getting extremely chippy. And we are now back in this Georgia Tech game. The kick from the Yellow Jackets. It's away and touchback. The Cardinals call, so they will be starting at the 20-25 yard line there. And yeah, so good game we've had so far in Atlanta on this great Friday evening. And yeah, so looking at currently Calvin Johnson visiting kids in children's hospitals in Atlanta. As he is at the game tonight as well. The 2004-2006 Jackets receiver. Okay. And Louisville throws incomplete. Public service announcement. Stay hydrated, folks. Okay, so 2nd and 10 now for the Cardinals. The screen there to the 30 and down there. So it's going to be 3rd down for Louisville. And yeah, so here we go, 3rd and 4. So not too bad. Not 3rd and long quite. Right in the middle about here. So and so here we go, 3rd and 4. And Louisville here. They got men in motion and the throw. Incomplete. A low toss there. And yeah, so it's going to be 4th down. And Louisville will punt after just a bad, not a terrible throw. It was a little bit low, but it was deflected by number 7 there for the Jackets. So 4th and 4 for Louisville in their own territory. And yeah, so that's Trinilius Tatum, the 6'2", 208-pound defender for the Jackets, and the punt away from the Cardinals. sky high all the way to the 30, where it is fair caught by Georgia Tech. And as they go to break, Michigan State has the ball after a Central Michigan punt. And they're going to get a couple yards there on first down. So, yeah, two people in here. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Ding, ding, ding for all the channels. And yeah, beautiful play earlier, deep down the field for Michigan State, inside the 10 there, number 15, making a Jaden Reed, the new Packers receiver from Michigan State, esque play in the run. And last drive, 7 plays, 84 yards, 57 seconds. Quick and easy drive for the Spartans. And yeah, Sparty's happy tonight. So far, up 10-7, 15 to go here against Central Michigan. And here we go. 2nd and 8 for the Spartans. Back to pass. Looks, throws across the middle. And that's going to be a first down, a little bit more for Sparty. A 101 minutes, almost 2 hours into the stream so far. Here. And yeah, so we should have the football expert hopping on soon. American Football Network taking a break. As we are not too far away from halftime. And yeah, so 2nd and 10 here. Sparty looks, throws deep. Incomplete off multiple guys' hands. Michigan State took a deep shot, and it did not pay off. 3rd and 10. I mean, just a deep ball and in and out of the receiver's hands. Wow. Tough play there. Great defense. Had 2 guys on him. Maybe a little pull on the hand, bringing him down. Unfortunate there for Michigan State, but great defense by Central Michigan as we are heading to the half in that game, and we are back in Atlanta live for this one. Georgia Tech last season, 5-7, 4-4 in the ACC, 4th in the Coastal. We got a little run here for a few yards on 1st and 10 for the Jackets. 10:40 left here in the second quarter, so clock ticking, of course, you know.
All right, I'm back, and the football expert is here with me now, so we are good to go now.
Okay,
So
well,
far, a good game is what I've seen. I did get to watch a little bit of it, but so far, a good game. Good game by Georgia Tech as Georgia Tech gets inside the 5 all the way to the 1.5 yard line. He is down. He is down at the half-yard line.
okay.
So I don't know if you guys talked about this, but as it is scrolling across the bottom, and we are talking ACC football here, what are your thoughts on the ACC editions of Cal, Stanford, and SMU? Lincoln, if you want to start, and then Anthony.
Yeah, we kind of touched on it a little bit. I think this is just clearly a move by Clemson and Florida State to help find a way out, and by the other members to try and add somebody to keep afloat once they leave, because there's inside sources that are I can tell you who later, who have said from the university that
Clemson will not be in the ACC in the next 3 years. That they will be gone before then. And that adding Stanford, Cal, and SMU, what that does is that allows for a new as it looks like Georgia Tech fumbled, then recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. But that allows for a new grant of rights to be written in a way for Clemson and Florida State out without having to pay all the money they had to pay. So that's what got their 2 votes.
Well, they didn't vote for it. They voted against it.
Did they really? Both of them voted against it?
Well, the 3 that voted against it, it said the only one that changed the vote was North Carolina State, and the 4 that voted against it in the first place was North Carolina State, UNC, Florida State, and Clemson.
I thought they had switched.
No,
okay.
According to Pete Thamel. Maybe it's wrong, but according to Pete Thamel, that's what it was.
Well, what I've heard from on just watching ESPN and stuff is that by the ACC adding these teams, it allows for a new way for Clemson and Florida State to leave the grant of rights. They will pay some money, but it's not going to be the insane amount that they have. There's going to be a way out for
them. From what I know, and here's what I'll say is this. From what I know, the answer to that is no, because the ACC still has a stranglehold over those grant of rights until the new deal is negotiated, and the ACC will never negotiate a deal in which Clemson and Florida State are allowed to leave. Because the reason why Clemson and Florida State are still in the ACC is not because they would lose money or because they'd have to pay a bunch of money. It's because then they would lose their media rights until 2039. The media rights is what's different. It means that the ACC would own all rights to their games. And what the ACC would either do is play Clemson and Florida State's games and then take all the money from it, or they would not play their games and then they would just give a middle finger to Clemson and Florida State by not playing their game. If Clemson and Florida State leave this deal as currently constructed, it is literally impossible because their programs will die because they will not be able to be on television.
Oh, yeah, but what they're talking about on Packer and Durham the other morning is that by adding these teams, there will be a new grant of rights written.
Yes, and there's no way the Clemson and Florida States will or that everybody else will approve a deal that would let Clemson and Florida State leave. And Clemson and Florida State aren't big enough in the conference to be able to say no because they still don't have that 75% majority. As shown by what happened today.
Yes, but I think a lot of these teams, instead of just trying to fight them and hold on to them, that could be, as they were talking about, that could be another reason why they brought these teams in the first place, because some of these other schools know they're leaving.
Well, I disagree in the sense that the Clemson and Florida State still left. They're bringing them in because you have to bring somebody in. Like this is my opinion, my speculation. But again, you have to bring them in.
I don't think right now you have to bring in a Stanford and Cal. That's not like that is
you had to add
Stanford and Cal.
You had to add somebody.
Was nothing.
You had to add somebody. Like the ACC could not sit on their hands and do nothing. Anthony, I know you haven't said anything, so
first of all, can we get a new YouTube series called Two Dudes from South Carolina Yelling at Each Other? Because this is extremely entertaining to listen to, as it was during the MLB trade deadline stream we did. But I'll say Stanford and Cal are stupid. I think they would have been better off in the Big Ten. SMU is extremely smart. Now they put themselves in conversations to eventually, when this all turns into a split off from the NCAA, they put themselves in conversations to be part of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's going to be a battle both between me and Lincoln and between the ACC and whoever they decide to negotiate the contract with, probably ESPN. But it will definitely, it will definitely be a battle.
Yeah. I mean, contract wise, I honestly, I'm trying to think of, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. You never know what's going to happen with these TV deals. I mean, this new NBA TV deal could be in the billions of what I've heard from just in the media and my research that's been done. They could. I mean, that just tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. So I know this is a football live stream, but we are at break, so I will bring this up. What are your thoughts on the Brewers losing to the Cubs, and then the Cubs being able to win Game 1 in the Reds-Cubs doubleheader, and then now leading Game 2 in the middle of the seventh, 2-1?
Well, I'm slightly depressed because MLB TV told me I could watch the Brewers game earlier, and now they say I can't because they're playing the Phillies.
Blackout, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's baseball. I mean, that's my thoughts on the series. I mean, that's literally what Brandon Woodruff said. He said it's baseball, and I mean, Wrigley's a really tough place to play. As someone is spam calling me from an unknown number, so to that person, good on you.
It's also really tough to play in Wrigley North as well. So,
I'd more like to call it Miller Park, where the Phillies are beat.
Something else now?
Not by me or any other Brewers fan that's ever existed. If you call it American Family Field, you need to go to a doctor.
Yeah. Well, basically what I would say is this. I'm not surprised the Cubs won that series. In this Red series, you're looking at a Cubs team. I'm happy as a Cubs fan because as long as you beat the Reds in this series, you're going to be either gaining games in the wild card or in the division because you play both. Because the Phillies are ahead of you in the wild card and the Brewers are ahead of you in the division. So I don't really care who loses that. I would rather the Brewers lose it because I'd rather have the third wild card or the division spot. But at the end of the day, a loss from either of those teams is a good thing.
Yeah. So Lincoln and I earlier decided that we're gonna do a little new thing, Riley.
Okay.
Anthony's trivia question of the quarter.
Okay.
So we have I've got two for you to start here.
Okay.
We'll go and Lincoln, the second one you can also answer.
Okay.
So first one, Riley, in 2004, which player finished second place in Heisman voting, the highest finish ever for a freshman?
Other than Johnny Manziel winning it, that would be Reggie Bush.
No, it would not. Do you want a hint?
Give me the position or team, whichever one you want to give.
OU.
OU. To be honest, that doesn't really help. I don't know.
Give him the two extras that you give me.
Okay, so OU running back that was a very well-known NFL player.
Oh, Adrian Peterson.
Uh-huh. When
There
he
you
said
go,
NFL,
okay.
that's when I got it.
Well, when he said a running back with Oklahoma, I remembered it, Adrian Peterson, and then I'm
So-
like, oh yeah.
When he said the NFL, then I thought of I don't know why, but it reminded me of Madden, and Adrian Peterson from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the second one for both of you. I'm watching this team play a home game in Memorial Stadium in the capital of this state. This team has a legendary coach who finally won a national championship in 1994, then went on to win another in 1995. At which university am I watching this game?
Nebraska.
Yes, and who would be that coach?
Couldn't tell you.
It would be.
I can't think of his name.
Is his last name Couch?
No.
I don't remember Nebraska big time. I know who I got Nebraska as well, but yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, Tom Osborne.
Osborne, yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah.
I got that one from hearing that Nebraska sold out Memorial Stadium for the volleyball.
Yeah.
For the volleyball team a few days ago, and I remember I knew they won it in '94.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad and I were talking about how Wisconsin could and should break that record of 92,003 fans by holding a volleyball game at Camp Randall.
I know Wisconsin does have a lot of volleyball fans for sure.
Well, you know the reason why that Nebraska did that, right?
Remind me.
because Wisconsin broke Nebraska's volleyball attendance record
That's
a year or
right.
two ago. And so they decided to make it – they were going to do it at the basketball arena, but then they eventually switched it to the football stadium.
Yeah, give me like 2 seconds. Yeah, Wisconsin sold out like every game last year. For volleyball. So I think we can beat it.
So now that you're done with the trivia questions for this quarter, let's do another little thing. Who's got the better uniforms? I will go first.
We've already done that too.
Okay, then okay, go ahead. Who's your? I need to know this again. I'm sorry I came late, but I had something with church. But
I think we both agreed that Louisville was better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
don't like these Georgia Tech uniforms, to be honest.
I gave Louisville.
We liked both colors, but we didn't like the colors together. They're 2 shades of gold.
Correct. Yeah.
I gave Louisville a 6 out of 10 and Georgia Tech a 3 out of 10.
Ooh.
I think I gave Louisville an 8.5 out of 10, and Georgia Tech a 6.
I'm giving Louisville an 8 and Georgia Tech a 4.
I love another detail I love off Louisville. It's kind of hard while they're playing, but they have silver wings on the
I like
on the shoulders.
I do like it. I don't know, something about the white helmet is just I don't like it that much. I would have rather had a red, white, red look.
I don't know. I like their black uniforms. Louisville's black.
I like those.
I'm just a big Louisville uniform fan. I think that all their uniforms are really slick and good.
So, without saying our own teams, who is the best uniform in college football?
Well, I'm not gonna.
I don't think either. I don't think any
Notre
of our
Dame.
teams have the best uniforms.
No.
I'm just making sure we're not being biased. That's all I'm doing.
I think Notre Dame has one of the most classic helmets, but uniform. I should say this: Notre Dame's green uniforms, especially against Navy, I thought those were one of the best. Not the best, because they're not the main uniform. But I thought they were one of the best uniforms.
What a dive there on the touchdown from Louisville on the little swing pass.
Really good play there by number 3, Coleman. He did get smacked.
He got rocked at the end when he stood back up.
Yeah. By
the way, I don't know if you remember or not, but we disagreed on this game for Roundup.
I had Georgia Tech, right?
Yeah, I have Louisville.
Yeah. That's what I thought we disagreed. But I wasn't sure. I knew I took Georgia Tech. I didn't know if you took Louisville. But best uniforms. I do love me some Tulane uniforms, especially the baby blue and the green. I think that works well together.
I'm going a similar route with that.
I'm not taking Tulane, but I do like that. I like all the baby blue uniforms, Ole Miss, UNC, stuff like that. But the team that I'm going to go with is probably if anybody has an answer, go ahead, because I'm still trying to
I've got mine.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got mine too.
Mine is either the Ole Miss baby blue with the American flag script Ole Miss on the helmet, either those or the baby blue, but the kind of like it kind of looks like spray paint on the helmet. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that baby blue. Or give me UNC's baby blue with the foot on the helmet. Those are my top 3. I think they're all tied for first for me. So I guess I'll go with Ole Miss because they had 2 in my top 3.
Okay, go ahead, Anthony.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Ole Miss is a little bit too dark of a blue for me to call it like baby blue. So I'm gonna go Carolina blue, just the classic all baby blue uniform.
Even though I like the baby blue uniforms, I just think that there's so many good ones that I don't think they separate themselves. So I'm going to kind of go with a little bit of an upset here, just like last year. I'm going to go with TCU. I think that TCU's uniforms, especially the black one with the Horned Frog kind of logo, the same thing that Louisville does kind of. I think it looks slick.
As long as it's not the one with the orange on it.
No.
When you said black, that's all.
No, like the black and purple.
Yeah.
Black and purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the ones they did against Baylor, the one they played also with it against, I think, Iowa State. I'm talking last year.
Yeah.
Those I really like. I don't like their white ones as much, but because I think that the black ones with the purple just go so well together. But my number 2 is Tulane, and my number 3 is probably Notre Dame's green uniforms. I love them. I just love that green.
I'm glad nobody said Oregon.
Yeah, I think Oregon's they're too much. It's too much.
They have too many
The only
uniforms.
ones from Oregon I liked are the Oreo ones.
I don't know. I didn't like those. I thought it was just kind
Or
of
the
like
cookies and cream, whatever they called them. I like those.
I like the classic green and gold for Oregon. I think it's a clean look. If I'm going to be biased, I'm going to have to say West Virginia, but here's what I think makes West Virginia's uniforms up there. If they were to add either a charcoal gray or a black, like coal miner jersey.
Oh, I forgot about Tennessee Smoky Gray.
Yes, I love the Tennessee Smoky
Those are
Gray.
really good.
Yeah.
Those are
I'm
good,
not-
especially when they're putting 70 points on the scoreboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not a big orange fan. Thanks to Recluse Bears. But
Yeah.
I do love some Tennessee orange.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's another uniform I like. Even though I don't like these Georgia Tech uniforms, I think the honeycomb hive ones are pretty slick. I wish they wore those. I like those. I don't really like these.
Here, let me look at those for Georgia Tech because I don't remember them. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm looking. The ones that like have kind of the numbers with the different like the kind of shapes in them. Is that what you're talking about?
Say that again.
Like the white jersey for Georgia Tech that has like the blue and that's okay.
Yeah, I like them. But Georgia Tech, a good drive from Louisville. But Georgia Tech's also looked good. The past 2 drives, they've scored 13 plays, 124 yards. I think Georgia Tech is definitely like the Brent Key system has been really, really good, and I do like where it's kind of going.
Speaking of ACC teams, got me thinking, Florida State's blackout.
Ooh, those are good.
Yeah.
What about any of Florida's jerseys? I think some of Florida's jerseys are pretty good.
They're all nice. Plain though. It's just like
plain.
Orange or blue. It's kind of like LSU. Like they're nice look, but there's just nothing to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll also say because I'm a blue and gold guy, as you guys know, I obviously have to put up UCLA's uniforms.
Why UCLA's?
Because they're baby blue.
I guess, yeah. Kind
That baby blue and gold.
Darker than Ole Miss, though.
Yeah, I mean, let me look. UCLA.
Yeah, they're definitely darker than Ole Miss's.
Yeah, in the pictures I had seen, they looked. Oh, now I see. Yeah, that is pretty dark. On the field it looks lighter, and on the field for Ole Miss it looked darker in the pictures I saw. But yeah, I have no problem with Ole Miss. I mean, I'd still say it's like that one is top 5, but I do like UCLA's more than Ole Miss's just because it has the gold, but they're very similar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But so I'll ask, and I'm gonna have a very biased answer to this. But best uniforms in college sports. Obviously, I'm gonna say Marquette baby blue for basketball. But you guys give me your thoughts.
I like Clemson's all-white baseball jerseys with the purple trim and lettering, outline of the lettering.
Okay.
White letters, trimmed outline in purple with the white hat, purple bill. I like those. Those are pretty clean until they slide in the first on a pickoff throw and get it all dirty.
Yeah.
That's the only thing with baseball jerseys is they're really nice, and then you slide, and now not so nice.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see here. So Georgia Tech, 2nd and 9. A good throw from Haynes King all the way down to the 23-yard line. Big pass from King. Wow. Georgia Tech they're looking good. They've looked good the past couple of drives.
What do you think about what do you guys think about Brent Key and this kind of Georgia Tech team that's really kind of surpassed expectations under his watch?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that translates to this season. So far, it's looked to be pretty good as there's a huge run down into the end zone, basically untouched for Georgia Tech. The last 3 drives, they went straight down the field and scored touchdowns. As they started off pretty slow, but starting to heat up now. These guys seem bought in the system. Haynes King looks a lot more comfortable with Georgia Tech than he did with A&M. I think that he's definitely a good coach.
He's a good motivator.
Yeah.
See whether he can be a good recruiter. That's another thing.
That's the biggest thing is, can the guy recruit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Georgia Tech's played pretty well. I told Lincoln this earlier. I said tomorrow night when I'm doing the play-by-play, quote unquote, for the USC UNC game.
Yeah.
Don't kill me because I'm going to be a play behind. So just please don't kill me tomorrow night.
That's fine.
Because I'm watching this and I hear you guys talking. I don't care about this game, obviously. Like I don't. It's not that meaningful or anything.
I care about this game because I need to show Lincoln who's boss again in Roundup.
From the guy who's down 1-0 after one night of football.
Okay, it's also 1-1 to 2-0. So these we got the
or 3-0 to. We both picked Minnesota.
What
we
was
both
the third
picked
game?
Utah.
Oh, Utah. Yeah. I was trying to remember what the third game was last night. But it'll be tied up after tonight. It'll be 3-1.
If I can win this game, I feel pretty confident about going up 3 games on you.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because, I feel pretty confident Clemson beats Duke. Now, Northern Iowa State, we'll see what happens with that one. I have no idea.
Iowa State, it's just there's too many unknowns, and Northern Iowa always plays them close. That's the only reason why I picked them. So I don't really
Okay.
The problem is that Northern Iowa has struggled this year, so I don't really know what to expect. So
Yeah, but I know Lincoln and I talked about this earlier, but we got 6 people in here now, so I'll mention it again. Plenty of streaming this weekend. Tonight, and then we've got a doubleheader tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. Someone out of us will be bringing streams to you, if not multiple of us, which it'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you guys leave your comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on the game so far. I know we don't have too many dedicated Georgia Tech and Louisville fans on our channel, but there are definitely some. I've had a couple of both of my Georgia Tech prediction videos have always done really well. The ones that I put out the past couple of years, they've gotten hundreds of views. So there are some dedicated Georgia Tech fans out there.
Oh, yeah. Might have done pretty good. And
check out get him, Plumber. Get him.
A
Plumber.
Subscriber of the channel and a guy who's he's around sometimes, and he is streaming tonight's game as well. Make sure you guys check out Sea-Dog.
Sea-Dog
versus Louisville game reaction stream. Go check him out. Make sure you guys give him a subscribe. And
How many people does he have on this stream?
Yeah, we have on Sorgy Source. We have a loyal Georgia Tech fan subscriber, CJ. So shout out to CJ.
So 3rd and 8 here for Louisville, as Georgia is in a 4-2-5. They're getting after the quarterback. They're playing some good defense as Georgia Tech gets a stop here. 2:08 left on the clock. Obviously, we don't have 2-minute warnings like there is in the NFL. But there is 3 timeouts for Georgia Tech. It'd be a big thing. Who got the first half kick? I honestly don't know.
Georgia Tech got ball first, I believe.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Georgia Tech definitely could use a touchdown or at least some points on the board here so that way they could get up by 2 scores.
Anthony can back me up and say this. I don't think Plummer has had a ball above somebody's knees all game. There was one play on 3rd and 7. They're backed up in their own field. He's got a guy wide open down the seam. At least at a minimum, if the guy catches the ball and gets hit immediately, they got a 15-yard gain. He throws it straight into the dirt.
Wow. Walton was a great passer at Cal last year. I'm kind of surprised.
He threw for almost 4,000 yards last year.
At freaking Cal. At Cal of all places. Like,
Yeah.
crazy. Haynes
So,
King has looked really good. So, okay, here's another question. Is Haynes King looking solid against a solid Louisville team? Like, Louisville's not a terrible team. It's not an FCS team or something like that. If Haynes King is looking solid, is that an indictment against Jimbo Fisher and his staff, or is that just kind of Haynes King is playing well and Georgia Tech is playing a not great Louisville team?
To me, Haynes King is not even playing very good in terms of passing the ball down the field. He's got a lot of completions and a lot of yards, but a lot of the play calling for Georgia Tech has just been little swing routes behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Whenever they had, they just showed a big play down the field where Haynes King hit the guy for 20 yards down the field. It wasn't it wasn't a good pass.
It wasn't a bad pass.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a good.
It
wasn't a good pass. It was behind the guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think at this point you can really judge Jimbo or what Haynes King is, because he's played a half of football for Georgia Tech, and until these last 3 drives, their offense has been stagnant and hasn't done anything.
True. And that's why I asked the question. I just asked the question as kind of a general ask to see what you guys think. But
yeah,
the refs are screwing up the game clock because, well, of course they did.
Watch it. That's my cousin out there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hey, Lincoln has a cousin in this game. Have we done this discussion or no?
Oh yeah. As soon as he called, it was like the second play of the game. He came out there and I was talking, giving a brief preview of the game or whatever. I was like, oh, by the way, my cousin's the referee tonight.
Yeah.
I thought he about lost the ball on that one.
Hey, if Louisville wins this game because of you and Roundup, we're forfeiting the Roundup game.
No.
I'm calling biased. If I lose Roundup by a game, I'm calling biased that your cousin took over.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation with the guy. Ever.
Seriously?
Ever.
He has said hi to you at the Clemson.
I have. Yeah, I have a few
I've
times.
gone.
Yeah. He knows who I am.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll talk to him.
I think Willie Adamas may have just hit a
all the way
homer.
down, 30, 20, 5, 10, touchdown.
In the Brewers game, I have no idea what just happened, but I have a Phillies fan cursing at Willie Adamas texting me. So,
Well, is that a shock that you have a Phillies fan either mad at you or something like that?
I mean, that was not a shock, but I get something God something at Willie fork. The guy actually said fork.
Okay.
So I don't know what just happened, but it's good. So go Brewers. And I just saw the touchdown. Also, Michigan State's on upset alert. 10-7, they're up on Central Michigan. So I'm keeping an eye on that. I've got 2 TVs down here, so I'm watching it.
Well, yeah, keep us updated on that one. And again, just a little simple screen pass from Georgia Tech. Bad defense and bad tackling and pursuit of the football by Louisville. Give up a touchdown as Georgia Tech is up 28-13 on the Cardinals right now, as we are 42 seconds away from the half.
Okay, well, Willie Adamas hit a 3-run homer. That's what happened. So, sorry, Reichley, but the Brewers are I don't think we're getting close to losing any division leads tonight.
What's the score in that one?
3-1.
Are you guys up, the Brewers?
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber hit a homer first at bat of the game, and then there was no scoring until this Adamas 3-run bomb.
Yeah. Well, the Cubs will at least the Cubs should gain a half a game in the standings, even if you guys do win, because we've played 2 games today, and the Cubs are winning 2-1 in the top of the 9th, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not a guaranteed win, but once Albert Alzolay comes in, it pretty much is.
Yeah.
Until De La Cruz hits a nuke over the right field wall to win it 3-2.
Oh, that's
let's go, Ellie. Come on. So
De La Cruz would be up next inning. So
I'll ask you guys a question since we're on the topic of baseball. Who wins the MVP, Acuna or Betts? I looked at them statistically,
Acuna.
and yeah, like they're pretty even. So I feel like it's a coin flip. I'm gonna go Acuna, but yeah.
Acuna wins at 110% in the sense of who I'm predicting to win it. I'm not saying Acuna has had a better season particularly because I haven't looked at the stats, but Acuna will win it. Like from all that I've heard, it's going to be Acuna.
I think Acuna wins. The only way I see Mookie winning it is just because of the fact that he's played right field, second, and short and excelled at all of them this season. I don't think that matters.
First, hasn't he?
I think a game or two, yeah. I don't think that matters, though. I think Acuna is going to win it. You know, seeing him healthy and really having the best year of his career, and you look at what this team's done for the Braves, and it helps too. He's on the best team in the whole league, so you know, that definitely helps his case for MVP because we know how these people like to vote.
110%, yeah.
And then I'll ask one more baseball question. Who and it's a I know what Lincoln's going to say to this, but rightly,
to the ground.
do the Braves choke this playoffs or they win the World Series?
I don't think they win the World Series, but I don't know if choking is the best way. I think they'll make the NLCS or World Series. I just don't think they win it.
Okay.
I think they make it. I want to see how they're playing. Like as of right now, I don't. You know, of course, you're going to say they're going to win it because they're playing. You know, if the World Series was today and you took them against, I guess, the Orioles, I think it is, they beat 5 or 6 games.
Like my opinion is, I'm taking the field over. I'm taking the Braves. I'm taking the field over the Braves.
I'm taking the field over the Braves. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have to pick it all the way till then, yeah, you take the field. But you know, I think they make the NLCS of the World Series, depending on how they're playing and who they're playing and how they're playing. You know, it would depend on my pick for if they actually win it or not.
Yeah, I mean,
you definitely take the field as opposed to one team.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that. And the same Phillies fan who was just cursing at my players a minute ago just is now being nice to me and saying, "Well, Anthony, I'm going to send you a video of the game so you can watch a little bit of it." So I appreciate Nick the Legend.
Okay, so let's see here. Who makes the playoffs from the AL?
Who's in the playoffs from the AL? Hold on, let me look at my standings. I did new standings yesterday.
No, I'm sorry. Who makes the World Series for the AL? Because we've already kind of talked about playoffs, but who makes the World Series for the AL? Who's your World Series prediction, I guess?
I've got Braves.
That's a wide open receiver behind him. Makes him fall to catch the ball.
Extremely boring. But I'm going, and it won't happen. I'm going to go Braves as I think they're the two best teams.
I just the problem that I have with the Orioles is they don't have the starting pitching in order to do something like that. Is Georgia Tech 6 and all
with 5? They'll probably bump it back up to 6.
They may even bump it up to 7.
Does this guy not have any? He has negative arm strength.
If you're Georgia Tech, do you throw the ball here for a quick second? If you have 6 seconds on the clock, I'd take a quick short
and 3
pass.
Timeouts.
Yeah.
I mean, does Plummer have any field vision or arm strength?
Plummer's looked terrible, to be completely honest.
He's looked awful.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point in the game, he was 3 for 10 for 11 yards. Right now, he is 8 of 17, 90 yards, a touchdown, 1 pick.
Yeah, he's not playing well.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but so rightfully, Lincoln, who are you taking for the World Series?
My World Series prediction. I can't not take the Braves when it comes to the NL. AL, I'm going the Rays.
Oh, I can't pick them. Wander Franco's not there. Second best player on the team. Key piece.
Yeah, but I think that Wander Franco is still the Rays are still an organization that can win without him. They're the one organization that could. And the kick is good, just
short.
Oh,
yeah,
it was short. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it had the distance. I just didn't. Wait a second, is that Evan Stewart from Texas A&M?
I think so. Let me look. Gavin Stewart.
Gavin Stewart.
All right.
Oh, Gavin Stewart? I know. Okay, I was about to say I know a kid named Gavin Stewart, but that's not the same one. because that kid is going to high school in Philly.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's short. Okay, but also update Michigan State, Central Michigan still 10-7 with about 8 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, they're in trouble. They're definitely in trouble. Michigan State is just a bad. They have not played well. They're struggling.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with the first half to an end, we go to the locker room. Georgia Tech up 28-13 over the Louisville Cardinals. We are going to take a break, and we're going to come back with you guys after halftime. We'll be back, and we will see you then. So make sure you stick around for second half of the game between Georgia Tech and Louisville.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are back, and the Louisville Cardinals are going to try and come ahead here or come out of this second or halftime break into the second half down. Louisville is going to try and come out and get something going as a handoff. Still going nowhere. They actually do get somewhere after
some
the push. Yeah, they got some.
Yeah, they do.
Getting about 4 or 5 yards out of that. Yeah, it looked like he ran into a brick wall after about 2 yards, and the next thing you know, the pile is just moving and moving and moving. Those legs are driving and driving.
Oh,
yeah.
Ends up getting 4.
Here's a fun fact. JT Daniels is going to play his 3rd game at Texas with a different team.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw it on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, as he's the quarterback for the Rice Owls. And
you've fallen far when you're quarterback for Food University.
Yep.
Kira Granado, he's running right at him right now. He just drove the pile ahead, got 4 yards out of it. Now he lowered his shoulder and got a first down. Isaac Garendo, that's his name, Garendo.
Isaac Garendo, the transfer from Wisconsin, our number 2 running back last year. Wow.
Yeah, he's he lowered the shoulder there and ended up picking up a first down. So that's a good sign for Louisville. As Plummer's going to throw it, and good gosh, you always get scared whenever he throws it, but Georgia Tech can't make the open field tackle, and that is going to be a first down all the way to about the
47.
Yeah, 45.
Georgia Tech.
Wow.
47.
Yeah.
So yeah. Man. Rightly, I know I said this off camera a minute ago, and I called you, but I'm sorry for your loss.
We'll be okay. We won once today, so I was hoping for a sweep in the doubleheader, but that's kind of it. You're just not always going to get that. So
handoff again for Louisville. So it looks like they're going to lean on this run game, which I think is something they need to do, and they'll get 4 on first down. It's funny. And I said, "Here comes Ellie," and he said, "Don't worry, we'll strike him out for the 4th time." And I said, just wait till he hits a home run.
He did it.
He knocked on wood. They struck him out, but the next guy went yard.
I should have said that about the next guy. It was my fault, Cubs. I'm sorry. I should have said
the next guy went yard. But we got the 2nd down and 6 here for Louisville.
Yeah.
What option
is this?
Plummer ends up keeping it and gets 3.
Yeah, he's about 2.
I don't know what was going on with that one.
I think it was because he wanted to pass. I don't think it was an option play. I think it was just like, I can't pass it to you.
I think it was supposed to be one of those options where they're not actually going to run it, where their job is not to actually try and run, but to bait the end in.
Yeah.
And the end kind of got stuck out there, and no man's land in between them, didn't know where to go. Interesting stat here. Louisville's 0 for 6 on 3rd downs, looking for their first conversion here. Plummer
Georgia Tech blitzes.
Going deep, man, wide open, and ball is batted.
Yep. Good defense there. Good PBU from
he had a guy open, and then all of a sudden the Georgia Tech defensive back comes out of nowhere from off screen.
The problem is that there's no anticipation with his throws. He waits till the guy is already open, and you can't do that.
Yeah, and not only that, clearly in this game, he has not had the arm strength to throw. I mean, yes, you can do that, but you have to put something on it.
Yeah.
This guy is putting absolutely nothing on his passes, as it looks like Louisville's going for it on 4th and 4 here. They bring the tight end in motion. Plummer dropping back to pass again. Looking over the middle.
He's got a guy,
first down. Still behind him, and he breaks a tackle down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
He's still threw it behind him.
But yeah, which we've seen it twice in this game where he has thrown it behind his guy, and it's kind of worked out a little bit better for him. I think if this one is thrown in front of him in stride, he probably just ends up getting pushed out after about 5-7 more yards. So they definitely got some more yards out of the pass being thrown behind him because he was able to break the tackle, but not something you want to consistently be doing like Plummer's been doing. The read option, Plummer's going to keep it, lower the shoulder, and got leveled. That was a bad idea.
He did get 7 yards on it.
But he did get 6 to 7 yards. But I think on the slid, I would not have tried to lower the shoulder and get pops like that. As another thing, if you're just joining us, a lot of you might not remember, but Benjamin Perry, the the linebacker for the Louisville Cardinals, out after Georgia Tech's second drive for targeting on Haynes King as he went down the slide. So that's been a big loss for this defense, particularly just kind of, he played the star linebacker position, so he's just kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
In that backfield.
Ooh.
So not having him definitely hurts. As Garindo from Wisconsin lowers the shoulder for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Louisville from the 8.
A good offensive drive here from the Cardinals as they open up the second half.
This is exactly what they needed coming out of the half, down 15.
Guys, I will be back in 1 second. I'll be back in literally a minute.
No worries.
So, like you said, Jeff Braun, that's exactly what you're looking for from a second half. Start 1st and goal here for the Cardinals at the 8-yard line. Jack Plummer in shotgun with Garano to his left. Hands the ball off, gets tripped up, only gets about 2 yards on the carry down to the 6-yard line.
That's honestly just a nice job to get to, because he tripped up probably about 2 yards behind. Behind the line of scrimmage, and that's the big difference right there. In the red zone, Louisville 3 possessions, 1 touchdown, 2 field goals. Georgia Tech 2 touchdowns. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. You got to get more than just 1 touchdown off 3 possessions in the red zone. They have it 2nd and goal here from about the 6.5-yard line. Plummer in shotgun, Garindo to his right. 2 receivers split out each side. Drops back.
8 drop back into coverage as he's there's a spy on Plummer.
He had him open in the middle. The referee was standing right in the way, and even still, Plummer couldn't hit him with on the throw.
And in the way of the Georgia Tech guy, not Louisville.
In the way of both of them. He's just kind of standing right in the middle of the field right there.
Yeah,
he was all in the way of the Louisville. Yeah, he was all in the way. There's not even a Georgia Tech guy near him. Yeah, he should have just thrown it right at the ref's head.
Yeah.
Could have been a perfect spot for him to catch it.
Here's the thing, is that it's not the ref's fault. That's
no, it's not his fault. He's just in the way. His Plummer's going to try and run. I don't know who called this play, but he got a yard.
Plummeted down to the ground.
He is the slowest runner.
Who? Oh, yeah. Zufala is a Notre Dame transfer, or a transfer from Notre Dame originally. He went to Idaho the year prior before transferring back again. But, yeah, he was a Notre Dame player a couple of years ago. I didn't even know he was on the roster.
So Louisville, another field goal in the red zone, the 3rd of the night for them, and it's 28-16. I think I would have went from the 5-yard line down 15. You had a nice drive. You had a touchdown right there. Just, Plummer didn't really throw it near him, but, maybe it's because the ref was right there and he's trying to move him away from him. I don't really know.
You just got to throw it to him.
Yeah, you got to throw it to him, but you drew up a play. You had a man wide open in kind of a weird situation right there. You didn't get a touchdown off of it. I think I probably would have went for it instead of punting, but they're on commercial break, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back whenever the action is back rolling.
All righty.
All right, we are back. And
Big
quick
drive here for the Yellow Jackets as a touchdown would really continue their momentum. But if you get a 3-and-out here for Tech, then it really could slow down the momentum that they had going into the half.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
kind of keep that attitude and momentum and just that vibe going. Quick stat update. Haynes King, 10 of 15, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Plummer, 10 of 21, 127 yards, a touchdown, a pick. You look at the rushing stats.
Ooh,
Plummer.
That's some juke boost.
Yeah.
He put him in a jukebox.
Plummer, the leading rusher for the Louisville Cardinals, 7 carries, 36 yards. That's part of their problem right there.
Yep.
Cooley, the leading rusher for Georgia Tech, 4 carries, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns. When you look at receivings, Colvin for Louisville, 2 catches, 49 yards, a touchdown. Rutherford for Georgia Tech, 3 catches for 60 yards. So it's been a fun, entertaining game so far.
Yeah.
On the stat sheet, start too.
What is he doing?
Why would he throw that?
I think it may have been just throwing it away, and he threw it in just the general direction because he cut.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely a throwaway. I'm just saying they could have got 1 or 2 yards off of the guy catching it.
Yeah, it's not like you are in a 2-minute drill or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, are you ready for your college football trivia question of the quarter?
I would hope he would.
Yeah, let's go right ahead.
Okay.
Well,
so,
now 3rd and 8. Let's wait until the next commercial break. That'll give us something for the commercial break. Yeah, we'll wait for that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so you have Haynes King in shotgun, Cooley to his right in motion. Haynes King drops back to pass, and it's dropped as a pick. 4th down for the Yellow Jackets. Good pressure from the defensive line of Louisville.
Would have set Louisville up at the Georgia Tech 43-yard line had they come away with that ball, and just not able to come through with it was Devin Neal, the safety for him. He just wasn't able to come down with the football, kind of rolled out from under him as he went for the dive and scoop on it, and Tech kind of in a weird pump formation, doing a little bit of motion right now. 99% chance they're just messing with Louisville, getting in their heads. They got them to jump. They're punting from their own 27, and Louisville's jumping.
But I don't get why they're caring. Like, at the end of the day, it's still 5 yards. You're not going for it.
I don't think Georgia Tech wanted them to jump. Okay, they called a false start snap infraction. I don't think Georgia Tech was necessarily trying to get them to jump. I just think they were just confusing them. Is Brent Key not happy about that?
Yeah. By the way, the reason I'm so quiet is not because I'm disinterested. I just have no idea what you're talking about, like play by play. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to wait until the next play to see anything. So,
no, you're good. You're good.
I'm like, I don't know what to say because I have no idea what they're talking about there.
Louisville about got there to block that. I don't know why the guy did not dive. He would have had it.
Yeah.
Because when you dive, you can hit the kicker. As long as you.
I don't know what's
he was on
wrong.
his leg. He definitely could have dove, and he would have took him out for sure. But he'd have hit the football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what is wrong with my TV. Maybe it's because I had my since my dad isn't down here, I just had my mom like cast it, and maybe it's just like is a little bit extra behind because usually I'm only like 5 seconds behind, but now I'm like a whole play.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on.
So why don't we do the trivia question?
Okay. So trivia question here is: how many rushing touchdowns did the legendary Bo Jackson score while playing for Auburn?
Oh.
We'll say closest guess wins.
Yeah, closest guess wins.
44.
That's along the lines I was thinking. I'm trying to remember, did he play 3 or 4 years? I'm pretty sure he played 4. Because, that's going to be huge whether he played.
I don't think he really did because you couldn't do that as much back then.
I'll say 51.
Our winner is Reichley. The answer 43.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I was close. There.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
All fun.
Yeah, so that was I mean, I thought that was an interesting one. But yeah.
Yeah. It was, yeah, that definitely was not what I thought I could be close, but I didn't think I was that close.
Yeah.
So, yeah, any update on, you want to do the updates on college football, Anthony?
Sure, I'll get right into that right now. ESPN.com, college football. Yes, that is exactly what I want. Okay, I'm pulling up the scores right now. I can already tell you that we have Michigan State off 24-7 on the Chippewas of Central Michigan to start here. But I'm loading everything else up right now. Okay, here we go. So, I'll run through yesterday's really quick. Utah over Florida, 24-11. UCF 56-6 on Kent State. Huge win for them. NC State 24-14 over UConn. No, Minnesota coming out with a win over Nebraska 13-10. And those were the only FBS versus FBS matchups of the night. And then I will say that Southern Utah almost beating Arizona State 24-21. The Sun Devils won. But today we have currently, I wish it would show me. I need to go to scores. That might help. I have it on schedule mode, not scores mode. Here we go. It's loading now. As let's see here, FBS. As always, ESPN is being slow in classic ESPN fashion. It's currently loading right now. But yeah, so while it is loading, I will say, just kind of in completely unrelated news, but stuff that is happening. Prayers going out to the Cincinnati Reds clubhouse. They have multiple players dealing with COVID right now. 3 going on the IL today with COVID. So just hope they all get well soon for this playoff run. But back to the score. So Eastern Michigan up on Howard 33-23. That game about over. Miami of Florida beating Miami, Ohio 31-3, 9:21 left in the game there. Kansas 23-10 over Missouri State, 10:29 left in the third. And then, of course, we will have later tonight, Stanford, Hawaii in Honolulu, 11 p.m. CBS Sports Network. Tune in to that. That should be an interesting game.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, excited for that one for sure. We'll see if I have the energy after this to stay up and watch it though or not.
Oh,
yeah, I'm done after this.
Win.
100%. Yeah, I don't think that they will, but I think that they could.
Yeah.
Tech has got to get better at that open field tackling.
It's terrible.
As there's another one on the same little curl route. They hit the guy and he just breaks the tackle. And Georgia Tech number 14 guy better watch it. I thought he when the camera angle cut, it looked like he's getting ready to throw some punches or shove somebody, but he chilled out. I don't know what it was. His Georgia Tech player goes down on the field now. Number 16. That is who is number 16? KJ Wallace for him.
That's a good pass and catch there as you're really starting to get some momentum to Jack Plummer going into this game.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see where it goes.
So I'll ask you guys this question real quick. Because I'm just looking at tomorrow's games, and I want to see if you can get this. Of all the games left this weekend with Power 5 with not a Power 5, but a top 25 team. I mean, they could be Power 5, obviously. But of the top 25 teams in the country, which has the lowest ticket prices for tomorrow for their game?
Of top 25?
Yeah, it involves a top 25 team.
I kind of want to say Notre Dame, but with it being the home opener, I don't think.
I'll say this: the tickets are $2. They go as low as $2.
Is it Ole Miss Mercer?
Ole Miss Mercer has tickets as low as $5, but
Okay.
not quite.
It's not
Close,
Notre Dame,
though.
right? Just to make sure.
It would not be Notre Dame. Notre Dame's tickets,
Oh,
if I can.
Is it Rice in Texas?
No. Notre Dame tickets lowest
That's
ticket
what I was-
$83.
Ticket way up.
Yeah, but Texas has too many fans.
Texas tickets are $10.
Oh, Tulane, South Alabama, right?
There you go. Tulane,
Yep.
South Alabama, $2. Now,
I'd rather be ranked
Yeah.
top 25 for a minute.
I didn't think about that either.
there are like the Maryland game is like $3 tickets against Towson. There are a couple games like that. Boston College tickets are $4. So if you're in any of those areas, go. Part of me's tempted to go to the Maryland game tomorrow. Because why not? But I think I'd rather stay home and watch Wisconsin, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we'll go to a quick ad break here, and we will be back when the game gets back in a few minutes.
All right.
And we are back. It is first and goal for the Louisville Cardinals, 28-16 at the 8-yard line, 5:24 left on the clock.
Got to get a touchdown right
Jack
here.
Plummer hands it off, gets to about the 6-yard line, gets blasted.
Shoulder.
Got
5.
Rocked.
Or got to the 5.
Yeah.
3 yards down to the 5.
Second and goal here for the Cardinals. This is where they've really struggled, is punching it in once they get to the 5 and in yard line. So we'll see whether they can.
This one sets up just like the last one. It got that broken tackle to get you down inside.
Yeah.
And you start at the 8-yard line, first and goal. So now they got a second goal from the 5. See what they can do here.
I'd expect another run play here, but
Play action. They got a man in the back of the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Wow. Finally a good pass from Jack Plummer. Gets them into the end zone. Touchdown Louisville, making it 22.
Number 1, Jamari Thrash there with the catch. It will be, 28-22, extra point to make it 23 in a 5-point game.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay,
so
sweet.
So far in the second half, so far as they've scored 9 with the extra point, 10 points, and they've kind of slowed Georgia Tech down, which is what they needed to do, make this a game again, and the extra points up and good, 28-23 now, 5-point game with 4:41 to go here in the third. As this has been a game of who has the momentum for the most part. Both teams came out struggling early on, and then Georgia Tech, man, they got hot on those last 4 drives of the first half, scoring touchdowns on all 4 of them. But they've come out.
I think if Georgia Tech could just run the ball, get it going. They've only had one possession in the second half, so it's not like they've had like 3 or 4 possessions and they have been stopped multiple times. They've only had one possession. It was a 3 and out. That's why it just seems like so one-sided in the second half. Oh, Jalen Milroe, starting quarterback for Alabama. I'll be the first to say I was a little bit surprised. I thought it was going to be Ty Simpson. What do you think?
I wasn't really surprised at all. Earlier in the summer, I thought Ty Simpson would probably beat him out. But as camp and stuff went on more, it was clear that Milroe was the best passer and the most experienced and just the better leader and overall just quarterback in that entire room, better than Simpson and Buckner. It'll be interesting to see how many they play on Saturday, because here's another thing too.
They have packages for all 3, so I would expect all 3.
They have 5-star. They have, I'm blanking on his name, a 5-star who's either going to be the 4th or 5th string quarterback.
Yeah.
So that is something that they got to watch for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked by Milroe being chosen as starting QB. It didn't shock me.
Well, the reason why it surprised me was because every time I turned on ESPN or a sports show, they were always talking like Ty Simpson, and maybe it was just a sports show I was watching or something like that, but that was who I was watching. Was everybody's talking about Ty Simpson being that guy. I don't know why. So
yeah.
But big graphic here from ESPN does kind of determine this second half. It is 133 yards to Georgia Tech's 2 yards.
And they got nothing but maybe a yard on that first down run as Cooley's helmet comes off too. And they give him nothing. Cooley's helmet comes off. He'll have to set out for a play. He maybe hurt it. Okay, I guess it was the way the camera looked. It looked like his nose was bleeding there for a minute because his helmet got knocked off and then he got knocked to the ground.
Looked like it may have been ripped off, but it was kind of in the pile.
Yeah, it was in the pile. Hard to really see through there. As King's going to get out and run. He's
going to get a first
speed.
Down. That's a little bit of agility there from Haynes King.
Yeah, he gets a first down as Jalen Alderman came down too fast on him.
Just a bad angle.
Just a terrible angle taken there by Alderman, and King able to get outside of him and outrun him to the sideline for the first down.
Haynes King definitely played a little bit of basketball in high school, I think. Haynes King, 7 for 18, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Handoff there, not to Cooley, this time to Haynes. The running back Haynes. But second down and 8 here for the Yellow Jackets. About 3:33 left in the second half, or in the third quarter, not second half. Pretty solid game here so far. Pretty entertaining matchup. Haynes King and shotgun once again. Have 2 wide receiver bunch sets out to the top.
They've been running this formation a lot tonight.
Yeah, they have. I think they like it because they do a lot of picks and other things off of it, and plus it spreads out the defense.
Is that Cooley losing his helmet again?
That's got to be a penalty. That's got to be a penalty. That's not Cooley. That's the other running back.
That's the other one. I think Cooley's injured. Now the other running back loses his helmet.
That's got to be there is no way that both of those helmets come off without any. Wow.
It kind of got hung in the guy's arm, hit his head.
Yeah, it wasn't a face mask. I thought it had to be a face mask, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't face mask and it wasn't targeting or anything either. It just popped off.
3rd and 7 here for the Yellow Jackets as Haynes King uses his mobility, playing well with his legs here, but only going to get about 2 yards on that. 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
Both tackles for Georgia Tech got absolutely ran over, but both Louisville guys ended up running straight into each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
As King was able to get out from in between them, but another punt here for Georgia Tech.
The problem for Georgia Tech in that drive is Haynes King played well, was good under pressure, but nobody was open downfield.
They didn't have a running back.
Yeah, not having a running back wasn't helpful either, but good punt there. Kind of seemed to have caught Louisville a little bit surprised there. out at the 15-yard line. Louisville will get it at their 15-yard line, starting out with a little bit less than 2 minutes going into this end of the third quarter.
Looks like they're going to get here. Hopefully they will.
UCLA, Coastal Carolina. What are your guys' thoughts on that matchup?
Give me the Bruins.
What to make of that game? I don't really know what to make of it.
We do have a flag on the play. I have no idea what it would be on.
Brent Gee looks mad, but he's looked that way the whole game.
He just kind of has that face.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of those guys who just always looks like that.
All right, Riley.
Holding on Louisville. So that may back it up all the way to the 5-yard line.
No, it's inside the 20, so it'll be half the distance. So it'll be at the 7.
Yeah. That might, you're right, yeah.
Well, I guess
yep.
7.5.
Yeah.
Check the private chat. I just sent something.
So 7.5-yard line, Jack Plummer drops back to pass. No anticipation when it came to that throw. Because of the late throw, only gained about 3 yards, making it to the 10-yard line, 2nd and 7. Louisville 1 for 7 on contested catches. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, as it looks like the Phillies have taken the lead after a Trey Turner 3-run home run.
Trey Turner 3-run bomb off of Devin Williams. Only Turners will be an earned run due to the fact that Pyoms had put 2 on.
Did you hear what I said, Anthony?
No.
I said, I guess it isn't just closer blowing it today. And we just lost him.
Nice. Well, I guess he got so upset about the Phillies getting a 3-run home run. He had to leave the string for a minute. No, his internet probably crashed. He'll be back in a minute. It's 2nd and 9 now for Louisville. I don't know what really happened there.
Play action pass there. Plummer's
showing off the wheels a little bit and ends up getting about an 8.
7 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck was that spot? They decided to give him an extra 3 yards.
They mark him a half a yard short. Well, I guess he jumped, so it's...
Yeah, but it's when you're out of bounds. I guess it's when your leg hits, but no, it's still not that. Like, it's still a bad spot. But
also, he had the ball in his left arm, so he does get a little bit farther, and they get the first down, but there's going to be a flag. I think they're calling a false start on Louisville.
You cannot get that. We may have a timeout called here. Before the timeout. Okay.
No, he's trying to get there. Stop the clock. All right, he's back.
My internet. My internet didn't go out, but StreamYard went out.
Oh wow. Yeah, we just thought you were upset because the Brewers are going to lose.
Oh, no. The internet just immediately, just as soon as you asked, did you hear what I said? It just cut out.
Yeah. So 3rd and 6 here for Louisville. 1 minute left in the third quarter. That costly false start penalty backs them up. Plummer in shotgun. Georgia Tech 5-man rush here. Plummer drops back, incomplete pass.
Another pass behind him.
But still, it's a drop pass.
It's still a pass that he has to readjust into coverage for. I don't care if he dropped it or not.
Now that is a jacked man.
That is a terrible pass from Plummer yet again. It's one thing if that's the first one.
Oh, yeah, that's not.
I mean, he threw that all the way, but he threw that behind the Georgia Tech defender, and the Louisville receivers having to reach. Technically, he dropped it, but he had to reach.
Yeah, but he gave the Georgia Tech guy the ability to get his hand in there.
Yeah. I mean, it was just yet again a terrible pass, and this is where Georgia Tech really started getting on top of Louisville. Is whenever they got this good field position after pinning Louisville deep on the punt, and then playing good defense and not letting them get a first down.
There's that long snapper. It's so funny that I know who the long snapper. Like, it is so obvious. 9 on Louisville was the long snapper.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious who the long snapper is. It's kind of funny. Like I'm now in college and I actually know the long snapper for our program, and it's kind of funny because like the things that he goes over, like he wasn't like a full-time long snapper in high school. That's just what he did for his team because they asked him to do it. But it is kind of funny. Like long snappers are so distinct when you're on the field. It's like you just know who the long snapper is.
Yeah.
It isn't anything about it. It's not that they wear something special. It's
just the way they look. You can just tell by looking at them.
Or the way they run.
yeah, or the way they run. Not necessarily uncoordinated, but unusual type of run.
Excuse me. 2nd and 8 here for the Yellow Jackets with about that may be the last play of the quarter. Depending.
If I was Georgia Tech with a 5-point lead and an offense that has had 2 3-and-outs this quarter, well, this entire half, you haven't done anything, gotten a first down the entire third quarter, I think I would take it to the fourth too and try and run some more clock out.
And that is exactly what they'll do. 2nd and 9, fourth quarter coming up. Georgia Tech had 28-20 after Louisville scored 10 unanswered points entering this quarter.
Testing 1 2 testing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, sweet. I honestly, my internet, it's just like it's connected. I'm sitting 2 feet away from my router, but StreamYard has just gone out on me twice, just like out of nowhere. So I'm gonna turn my camera off and see if that helps. Hopefully it will. I'm actually gonna also turn my webcam off, so that will also hopefully help.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna be back whenever the action is back with us.
And we are back here in the fourth quarter. 14:53 left, third down for Georgia Tech. 14:45 left, third and 7 for the Yellow Jackets. And yeah, so the snap comes, looks, throws over the middle, and that's going to be a first down, close to field goal range for the Yellow Jackets. Good pass there.
A good drive here from the Yellow Jackets so far. Definitely what you're looking for after two drives where you really didn't get what you were looking for, 3 and outs.
Yeah,
So definitely a much better drive.
Short run there on first down will set it to second now. And yeah, the Yellow Jacket offense, 28 points tonight. Will they be able to get some more here? Here, 2nd and 7 at the field goal range line, which is about the 32-yard line. And yeah, so looks back, throws, and that's going to be a nice first down for the Jackets. And yeah, refs rule it a catch. And King there, nice throw.
Georgia Tech's run game is definitely slowed down here in this second half as the run game has really kind of been just a little bit slower. Like they used to get more 4 or 5 yards. Now they're getting more like 2, maybe even 1 yard on the carries.
Yeah, and that's going to be a run for no gain on 1st and 10. So 2nd and 10, maybe they lost a yard. We'll see what the call is here. They actually are going to say they gained a yard. Okay, 2nd and 9. Didn't look like it at first, but yeah, so 2nd and 9 for Georgia Tech at the 20 or at the 18. And we've got a little bit of confusion here with the Georgia Tech offense. And that looks like they're getting ready to get the play started. And it is going to be a run for a few yards. So that's going to set up 3rd and about 7, 6, 7 here. But yeah, Rickley, as you said, good drive so far for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, definitely what you had a good field position. You definitely want a touchdown, but a field goal doesn't hurt.
Yeah, so here we go, 3rd and 8. Inside the red zone. QB wants the ball. Everyone's looking to the sideline again.
Who was it?
And the snap. QB run. And that's going to go for about 2 yards or so. So it's going to be 4th down, and Georgia Tech's going to kick a field goal here, I think.
Okay. You want to ask them all now?
And yeah, so the kicker's going to come out. 4th and 6, 11, 28. Pretty quick drive, about 2 or 3 minutes for Georgia Tech. And here we go. The kick from 32 on the right hash mark.
See you later,
It's up, and it is wide. And now hits the crossbar. Wow. So, yeah, we will take a quick break here after the kick that missed. 28, Georgia Tech 28, Louisville 23, 11 minutes left here, and we will be right back. And it looks like we are coming back. I think so. Yep, we are back here, and Louisville with the ball. 11:06 6 left in the fourth quarter. Scrambles, throws, and it's caught. The quarterback there, just under pressure, avoids a sack and makes a really, I mean, not too great of a throw, but a decent throw to his receiver. So that's going to be 1st and 10, Cardinals at about their own 37. And it's going to be play action, scrambles, and just throws it away. And there is a yellow jacket down. Number 32 for the Jackets is down. That's Sylvain Jonjuden from Belgium. 6'4", 248, the senior, is down here in Georgia Tech's opening game. Guys, are you back? So we are here on an injury break. And yeah, make sure to drop a comment if you haven't yet. Well, your thoughts on this evening's game, as it looks like we're going to come back. No, not quite yet. But yeah, so still on injury timeout and break. So we're gonna take a break, I guess, until this injury is injury timeout's over. Okay, back here, 28-23. And yeah, so Cardinals still with the ball here, 10:29 left in the fourth. And Yeah, so 2nd and 10 as it was before. And that's a fake there. And that'll be almost first down on the throw there to the sideline. And yeah, so 3rd down Cardinals. As we talked about earlier in the college football world, Jalen Milroe set to start at QB for Bama this year, or at least week 1. So that's interesting. 3rd and 2 now for the Cardinals. And that's going to be first down and more. Running all the way into field goal range. Wow, big play there. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals in Tech territory, and it's a run, a spin move, and yeah, that's not going to get a first, but almost 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 3, somewhere around there. And yeah, the Cardinals 9 minutes trying to get this comeback going, driving down the field pretty nicely.
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me now? You got me?
Yep.
All right.
2nd and 2 now for Louisville. Good drive for the Cardinals is that's going to be a run for the first down a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and a nice spot in this ball game for sure. Up 29-28, looking to score again. From the 3-yard line, it looks like they got it on the 2-point conversion here.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm still at like 820.
Oh, I'm at 808.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about the run on where. Okay, now I'm seeing deep ball. Yeah, touchdown. There we go.
Plummer scrambling on this 2-point conversion. My stupid thing is buffering.
And Jamari Thrash, the 20-yard reception there. Beautiful throw from Plummer. I mean, one of his first really good throws of the night. He struggled all evening.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Looking for Thrash again on the 2-point conversion. Can't quite get it to him. Back to one of those bad throws he's had. But,
yeah.
Louisville on top right now.
So the Phillies made an error that made it 7-5. So the Brewers are now winning off 3-run error. Yeah.
What?
I don't know what happened, but it was a 3-run error. And like every MLB fan is getting the app push, I guess now, because I didn't get a Brewers app push. I got the general app push. So and that, yeah, incomplete there on the 2-point, as you said. But Louisville leads.
Well, we didn't get it to it earlier when the football expert was still here with us as he had to head out. But what is Anthony's trivia question for the 4th quarter?
Let me get my 4th quarter trivia right here. Let's see if I can find a good one. Let's look at this trivia. This is one of the ones I did earlier. Let's go. Who was the first college football player to gain more than 6,000 career rushing yards?
Gosh.
I'll give you a hint. They're not current. They weren't in the ACC at the time, but they are currently in the ACC. This team is not the player, but the team is. And the rushing was during the 70s.
During the 70s, they weren't at the time. Trying to think. The first player to rush for over 600. They weren't back in the 70s. They weren't in the ACC at the time, but they are now.
Yeah, they weren't in the ACC at the time.
All right, I'm going to take a slight guess. It's not a player, but a team. Is it from Syracuse?
It is not. You've got the right. You're going in the right direction though with former Big East team.
Is it from Pittsburgh?
It would be.
Tony Dorsett?
Yep, Tony Dorsett.
go.
You got it, Lincoln.
Yep.
I asked my dad, and he also guessed Tony Dorsett.
I started thinking back to that time period, and I was trying to think about when all them Syracuse backs were around, and then you said the former Big East team. I knew Pitt used to be there. That was my second guess.
Yeah, you didn't really have many options. I mean, Boston College, Syracuse, Pitt, WVU. Not WVU's never been in the ACC, so it'd only be three. Yeah, or Virginia Tech.
Louisville.
Louisville too. Yeah, I didn't think about Louisville.
But I knew Louisville and BC didn't have any big time running backs.
Yeah.
Because 1,003 years that's a big amount of yards.
Yeah.
That's well over 1,000 a year.
Yeah. So the kickoff now. And that is going to be back to the 5 and fair caught. So Georgia Tech has 8 minutes to score here. I mean, that's plenty of time. Enough time for a Louisville drive too. As I'm seeing a lot of Louisville fans in the crowd, kind of surprises me a little bit. Being in Atlanta. But no touchdowns for Haynes King here in the second half. He's 3 for 5 with 26 yards. And let's see if he can improve upon that first play here. Oh, and he is in trouble. Just has to run and throws it away.
It was almost intercepted.
Yeah, that's a really tough start to the drive.
From another angle, he drops it. He dropped the pick.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing this right now. I mean, just look at that pressure though. Like he had no escape, and the goal was thrown out of bounds, and I don't really think he succeeded in that. And yeah, he dropped it. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's offense just not coming together.
Yeah,
in this half, they've had great protection and nobody getting open, or they've had guys open and no protection at all.
Yeah, I mean, just halftime adjustments haven't really worked out, it feels like, for the Yellow Jackets, if there were any made at all. Because, I mean, we've seen them get worse, not better, which is not what you want to see if you're a Georgia Tech fan. I think that also is credit to Jeff Brom and Louisville, and the fact that they just, I mean, made some good adjustments, as you should expect from a former Big Ten head coach.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they've come out and scored 16 points here, 10 in the third, 6 in the fourth, and took back control of this football game. It looked like if Georgia Tech could have came out and scored a touchdown in that first drive from the third quarter, this game might have been over just from a momentum standpoint. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's been a tough battle back for Louisville, but it's been something that hasn't been too big for them. They've been able to overcome it.
Yeah, and then we're now taking a break on a timeout, it looks like. So yeah, I'm just, oh man, Brewers end of the A 7-5. I just was checking that. So top 9. Apparently, shockingly, the Brewers are not going to be bringing in Abner Uribe. It's going to be Bryce Wilson, which kind of surprises me. He's pretty good too. I'm about to check the Braves. They're playing the Dodgers, right?
That's right.
Up,
They just
up,
started about 30 minutes ago.
up 1-0. The Braves are end of the second, trying to tie the series up. 1-1. And your Nats as well lost 8-5 to the Marlins. That's a tough L. Went 11 innings where the Marlins put up 4 in that 11.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. The Nats tie it late to make it 3-3. Then Marlins get one in the 10th, and the Nats get one in the bottom. Then the Marlins come out and put up 4 on them in the top of the 11th.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough way to lose. It really is. For this Nats team who has
It is
struggled
for
this
sure,
year.
but I mean, that's something they've gotten really used to recently. So,
Yeah,
in the last few years, they've gotten really used to that. So I don't think it's nothing that they're going to be too upset about.
yeah. Do we see Dylan Cruz before the end of the year?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's unfortunate. I'd love to see him before the year ends.
Yeah, I'm gonna split on it. What I think, but a big 3rd and 9 here. Haynes King gonna have to run, and he's gonna get the first down up to the 40, and he's gonna get leveled again as he slides. And they're gonna throw another flag.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to come back here. I think I'm on the last ad. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, he wasn't sliding. Yeah, he tried to slide it the last second, got hit in the legs, and then
Ooh.
shot up. So yeah, that was a clean hit.
Yeah. Okay. And it's a final. The Brewers win 7-5.
Well, nice win. I know Rackley was talking junk about how the Brewers lost, and turns
Yeah.
out his Cubs lose, and the Brewers still get the win.
I mean, to be fair, I did talk junk about the Cubs too. Saying,
Well,
talking
I
about
mean, the
how
Cubs, the Cubs actually lost. Brewers didn't.
yeah,
It's a nice pass to Flex there. As they were looking for Dominic Blaylock there, but pass just batted away. Nice defense there. Nice defense by the Louisville secondary there.
okay. I'm finally back. 3rd and 9. And oh, that was a great run. Wow.
2nd and 10. Haynes King going to be sacked back to the 27.
And by the way, that error was Alec Bohm, out of all people. Who would have expected?
Oh man, yeah, he's been great this year.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
flag down on the play. We'll see what the flag's all about.
I just saw that hit from a couple plays, and wow, he just slammed his head to the ground. Just like
holding on the defense for Louisville. Looked like there was also a hold on Georgia Tech. They never called that one, but yeah, that hit was brutal, man. But it was a clean hit. But yeah, just knocked his head straight back into the ground.
Yeah. Oh, and I just saw that deep ball that was incomplete too, man. 2nd and 10 now.
Good pass deflection on that one.
Yeah. So wow. Okay. I mean, this has been a great game. This is not what I expected. I expected this to be a much more dull game. Not as competitive, but I'm enjoying this.
Oh yeah. Free play
for
Georgia Tech, and that's one's gonna go incomplete. Looking for Blaylock.
2nd and 10. That's what a sack. I mean, Louisville's bringing a lot of pressure, even without that top defender who came out of the game on the second drive with targeting. They're still bringing pressure and playing good defense overall.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they called a holding on Louisville for that play, but did it not look like the guy that ultimately got the sack was being held too there for a little bit as he rounded the corner?
Yeah, no, I mean I get that. It's a questionable call. I mean, I'm not personally going to argue with it, but I can see where you could make that argument.
Oh yeah, for sure. So 1st and 5 for Georgia Tech now. Louisville 46, first and 5 run is all the way down to about a 4.5, 5 yard gain there.
Yeah. So I mean, has this game exceeded expectations for you?
I would say so as far as the amount of points scored,
Yeah,
but
I
I
agree.
figured it would be a closer game. I thought there would be less points scored, though.
Yeah, and that deep ball there on whatever down that was where the receiver lost his helmet, man. I mean, Georgia Tech, they're trying to go deep downfield and it's just not working.
No, I mean, with that one going downfield, it's a free play.
Yeah.
They jumped offside, so you go deep. But Haynes King with a nice run on 1st and 10 for a first down to the Louisville 29-yard line. So they're moving. They are moving the ball for sure here.
And penalties, Georgia Tech 2 for 20 yards, but Louisville set. I think it's at 7 for 45 yards.
48, yeah.
48. Wow. Okay, it's a lot.
Haynes King, nice pass. Down to the 15-yard line now.
Yeah.
We close in under 5 minutes as we're at 4.5 to play here. And Georgia Tech has the ball at the Louisville 15-yard line. A field goal takes the lead. It puts them up by 2. So Louisville's either going to have to get a turnover, get some penalties on Georgia Tech to bump them out of field goal range, or go down the field and score some points when they get the ball back. They only have 2 timeouts, too. They had to call a timeout because they right before we went to break the last time, they had 13 guys on or 12 guys on the field.
Yeah, and I have to laugh at because I think my TV is getting more and more behind you as we go. It's just like slowly lagging along.
What did I say? Louisville need a turnover. They get the strip sack on Haynes King. They pick up the fumble, and it's going to be Louisville football.
Wow. And I mean, as you said, under 5 for Louisville to do something here.
Haynes King didn't even see him coming from the left side, his blind side, got nailed in the back, lost the football. Louisville picks it up, and they're going to take over about their own 27-yard line. What a play late in this game with 3:53 to go, and their offense takes over possession.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of play that wins a football game. This tight of a matchup. I mean, they're already winning, but I mean, it can't hurt to put at least 3, if not 7, on the board.
Oh, yeah, you're going to need some points on the board, most definitely. After Georgia Tech just moved the ball like that on your defense, you're going to need some points on the board to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
At the least 3 to make this a 4-point game and make them have to score a touchdown to beat you.
Exactly.
Nice handoff to Jawar Jordan. He breaks the tackle. He's gone. He's going to score. First play for Louisville. Touchdown.
Wow. I just saw that strip sack. I mean, that's a great play for the Cardinals. And now the touchdown on the other end. I mean, I don't want to say it's over, but it feels pretty out of reach for Georgia Tech now.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be an 8-point game if the extra point's good. So definitely not out of reach. Still a 1-score game. But Jawar Jordan put a shoulder down, bounced off a guy, went 74 yards to the house.
Yeah. And I mean, the Tech QB there, I mean, he didn't see him coming on that strip sack. He was looking the other way.
King went, he faked the little shovel to the right and just kept looking that way. Did not even see Louisville bringing pressure off the left side over there.
Yeah, bad awareness on his part. But first game of the year. I mean, this is why that there are so many games, is so that these teams can improve throughout the season, as you'll see Georgia Tech and King doing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. As there is a Georgia Tech player that is down.
That run. Oh, wow. I mean, he just broke free.
Yeah, I mean, he bounced right off that that first initial contact, lowered his shoulder,
I
bounced right off of him, and was gone.
I really don't know if he's a football player or Jordan. I don't know if he's a football player or track star with how fast he was running.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, 70. Did I see 74 yards?
74-yard touchdown. That's right.
Woo.
On now for the extra point, and it's good. That's a big extra point for Louisville. That makes it an 8-point game, 36-28, with 3:41 to go. So plenty of time
Wow.
for 3:41, 3 timeouts. Got to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion though.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, as we mentioned earlier, this Louisville defense is playing really well, which is, I mean, better than I expected it to.
Oh yeah, I agree completely. I did not expect the defense to come out and play this good. To be fair, I also didn't expect Georgia Tech's offense to play this good either.
Yeah.
I didn't know what we were going to get out of them. I didn't expect Haynes Keen to come out like this. In his first game with Georgia Tech. Now we're going to see if he can lead a game-winning drive to come back and beat the Louisville Cardinals. And well, I guess not game-winning because all he can do is tie. But we'll see if he can tie this game up and send it into.
It's going to be interesting what happens with this one. I'm excited. I think we're in for a good ending.
Yeah. As I'm seeing this PAT right now, as I said, my TV feed has just gotten more and more behind. Because the phone that's being cast on is off, but it's like still casting.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I had it on my mom's phone and she's asleep, so yeah. But tomorrow night, Duke's Mayo Classic, UNC USC. It's gonna be a big game in Charlotte between the Carolina squads.
That's right. We'll be streaming it for you guys right here on these channels tonight, and we're excited about it. And we haven't mentioned it, I think, since like the first quarter. Geez, tonight's flown by. But make sure you guys check out and subscribe to Sorgy Stories, American Football Network, The Football Expert, and College Football Roundup. No matter where you're watching, make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel. We appreciate everybody that's been on. The Football Expert was only able to catch us for a little bit. He's going to be here all day tomorrow with all of them. As King is hit again on the slide, he's been waiting to slide late, and it's cost him. He's definitely getting hit for it. Only one flag on those slides, and that's only because it was a targeting, not because of the timing or anything like that with it. He's going to have to be careful. He's not going to be able to endure this for an entire season. But nice pass, but it looks like it's going to be too low for Blaylock, and that'll be incomplete. But we've got 96 views on this stream. I appreciate that support. It's been great. It's been great to to have that kind of support from you guys. I really appreciate it. 96 views
Yeah.
on our first stream. That is good. That is really good. 96 on the first stream. I'm excited about that. Let's see if we can get 100. That was kind of me and Reichley's goal going in, was to try and get 100. Georgia Tech on 3rd and 6 overthrows everybody. It'll be 4th and 6 as he got hit as he threw it. They're gonna have to go for it, I would imagine. 3:04 to go, 3 timeouts. I would imagine they're probably gonna have to go for this right here. I don't really see them having much of an option here.
Yeah, and as you mentioned a minute ago, so tomorrow night we'll be live on all these channels plus Soldier Stories?
I think so. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it'll be I mean we talked about it earlier for those of you who are joining who weren't here earlier. I mean we haven't done streams before today. I mean you did that top 25 stream, but for Soldier Stories it was the trade deadline, which was a month ago, and for you, I mean it was What the draft?
I mean, I've done 5 streams in the last 7 months since the last football game I streamed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so and I mean, we've been having to stream a lot of different stuff. The last actual football event I streamed was the NFL draft. Um,
yeah.
we streamed a college basketball game. We streamed a NBA playoff game. We streamed a college World Series game, and then we did our top 25 game, and we had the NFL draft in there as well. But
So
no,
I
the
mean,
off season, man, it's a struggle.
yeah, I was gonna
It's a
say, safe
struggle
to
for
say it's
sure.
been a pretty quiet off season. Um, as now it's finally back. We got 5 straight days of college football, and then well, next Thursday it's gonna be the NFL finally back.
Oh yeah, Plummer keeps it on the first down. He's gonna slide down inbounds after game. Georgia Tech calling timeout. Getting they got to try and save this game clock right here. It'll be second and
Yeah,
4.
yeah. I just saw that fourth
As
and
man,
stick.
Georgia Tech is. We have 2:50 left in the fourth quarter, and Georgia Tech has not scored in this half. That is not a winning recipe at all.
Yeah, it's about the opposite. Also, your Braves up
Heck, I got
2-0 on an Acuna and a Diarno homer.
nice, nice. Love to see it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick.
Okay, so yeah, it's Louisville ball, as Lincoln mentioned, 2:59 left, or at least on my game clock it is. So yeah, Plummer here, and he's gonna take it himself for a few yards, close to the first down. That'll be a nice pickup of 7 or 8. So now second down here for the Cardinals. Um, and Louisville playing good football in the second half, as Lincoln had said previously. First time out taken by the Yellow Jackets. And Brent Key, first game in his first, I mean, his first game of the year, as it is for everyone, but him being the first year head coach, interim head coach last season for Georgia Tech after the firing of their former coach. And yeah, so 2nd and 4 now for Louisville. And yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at these highlights, and Plummer is making some decent throws when it matters most in the red zone. Made a beautiful touchdown throw, and also that 74-yard run by the running back for Louisville. I mean, just an incredible play. Great blocking, and then once he just got out of that tackle, he was just free to go. He was running. As I said, felt like he's a track star and not a football player with how fast he's running. And yeah, so 2nd and 4 again here for the Cardinals. Some weird motion going on, and that's just going to be a run for like 2 yards. They had a dude like going in and out of the backfield, pretty weird. Trying to distract the defense, seemed like it did a little bit. Second timeout for Tech with 2:45 left, and again
All right.
down 8. Georgia Tech is here at 2:45 on a 3rd and 2. It feels pretty tough for them to win it.
Oh yeah, I'm saying they're in a tough spot right now because, like you mentioned, 3rd and 2 for Louisville from the 21 of Georgia Tech, so they're in field goal range right now, and they hand it off. Jordan doesn't get it. He gets about a yard, be about a yard short.
And well, no shock by this. You're gonna be happy to hear this too. Marcelo Zuna with the solo homer, 32nd of the year.
Nice. So we're up 3-0. Up 3-0
Yup.
now. Just killing the
Um,
Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna complain because, as you know, I'm not the biggest Dodgers fan of all time, so I'm not complaining.
Oh yeah, I only liked the Dodgers back whenever they had Corey Seager, and that was only for him.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
always
really
been a
know why,
Kershaw
but he's one of
fan.
my favorite. Seager's one of my favorite players. I don't even really know why. I just kind of like
Yeah,
the dude.
yeah, there are guys who when I was a little kid, like Joe Smith, Dominic Leone. But Joe Smith is the guy I remember, the Cleveland pitcher.
Yeah,
Leone
yeah.
as well. Obviously for the Bruce, Ricky Weeks and Ryan Braun, those guys.
Yep, yep.
But yeah, 3rd and 2 for the
So we got
Cardinals.
a field goal here for Louisville. It's gonna be a 38-yard attempt.
And if they make
They
it, I
might
feel
fake
like
it. I
this.
don't think they would, but that'd kind of be nice to pull out a fake here. But the kick is up and it is good.
Okay, well,
So that kind of seals the game, in my opinion. They're up 11 with 2.5 left, unless Georgia Tech has no timeout. So it's going to take a quick score and then an onside kick. And then, I mean, it's not looking good for Tech right now, as I think this one's pretty much over. I think you can give this one to Louisville for the most part.
yeah, I mean, like, you know the phrase rambling wreck. I feel like this second half for Georgia Tech has been exactly that. I mean, it's just been a collapse. They look so good in the first half, and it's been a wreck in this second half.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Georgia Tech is just. I mean, they haven't scored at all. They scored on their last four drives of the first half. They've only been in the red zone once in this second half, and they fumbled on a strip sack.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I'm seeing that field goal, and that's
it's
a good shot there.
oh yeah, oh yeah, it's been good. You see Plummer with his arm around Brom right there. You just kind of see a nice part of their relationship right there. I like that. Um, you know,
Yeah,
Plummer definitely comfortable with him for sure.
and Louisville going to be on short rest. They have a home game against Murray State on Thursday. Um, John Morant's alma mater. I can't really. I mean, can you name a player who's come out of Murray State on the football side? Because I can't.
I honestly didn't even know they had a football team.
To be honest, I didn't really know either. I probably should have known that, but yeah. So I mean, Louisville rest of the year uh they play Indiana, Indianapolis. I did not. I think I know who they're talking about. Um.
As the game's in Indianapolis.
Oh, it's in Indianapolis. My dad just clarified. They're playing in Indiana, but in Indianapolis. I thought they were talking about playing IUPUI. Um, I think that's Indiana University, Purdue University, Indiana, or Indianapolis. I think that's what that is. Um, but no, they're
Yeah,
just
I've got
playing
no idea.
Indiana.
Real quick, second
The,
half tonight. 26 points for Louisville over.
wow,
Let me pull that. Let me look at that again.
that's crazy. 26 points.
Yeah.
Compare. I mean, they
Let me.
doubled their points from the first half.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see this. What it said.
I mean, the QB play has improved as well as the defense.
26 points for Louisville in the second half. 304 yards. Georgia Tech 0 points. 94 yards.
304 to 94. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just
In the
insane.
second half. Yeah, in the second half.
Yeah,
But Georgia Tech's got it with a minute 40 clock running up at the 41-yard line, their own 41-yard line, and Haynes King overthrows his intended receiver there. So 136, bring up second 10 from the 41. Again, I think this one's just about over.
yeah, that's pretty safe to say. At this point in the game. I don't see a 13-point comeback here, or 11-point comeback, not 13, 11. I don't really see it.
Yeah, I don't either. There's just not enough time. As King, nice pass over the middle. Under 2 minutes, so the clock will stop for a first down.
I guess he's here. It's John Jansen.
John,
What's up,
joining in
John?
the chat. How's it going, man? Good to
What
see
are you
you.
thinking about Mizzou this year, and also how you feel about the Cardinals?
What a catch for Georgia Tech down to the 6. Clock stops a minute 17 from the 6. If they score on this play, they can get a onside kick. I don't know. Things could get interesting, but a nice contested catch there and a great throw by Haynes King.
Yeah, no, things for sure could get interesting.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Oh,
Touchdown, Georgia
wow.
Tech. What a toe tap there in the back of the end zone for Singleton. Just had a huge catch, now gets the touchdown. Now I would imagine Georgia Tech goes for 2. All right, things just got interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they got very interesting. I'm still on the 2nd and 10 in their own territory right now.
Oh, wow.
And I'm seeing this. That was a great play there. Man.
Now the 2-point conversion, they don't get it. All right, so they're down 5 now, so they're going to need a touchdown.
Wow. Okay, well, that makes it tough.
John said Cardinals not good. Yeah, I believe they're like the 3rd worst team in baseball behind the Royals and A's.
So John, I'll ask you
But
this.
I do see he says Mizzou won last night versus South Dakota State. I think Missouri's going to be better than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people are sleeping on them. I think they're going to be pretty good this year. I think they can win 7, maybe 8 games. Who knows? I think it's going to be a good season for Missouri. I think they're gonna do pretty good this year, and I think they're going to surprise a few people.
Yeah. And I mean, so John, I will ask you this. Because I need your thoughts on this. Who would you rather have win the division, the Brewers or the Cubs? I think you're going to say the Brewers. Because I know that you don't have very positive thoughts on the Cubs. But Brewers had a nice win off an Alec Boehm error today. So yeah.
All right, here it is. The moment of truth for the gonna decide this game right here. The
Yeah.
onside kick for Georgia Tech.
Okay, I've got
Has
it
to go 10
updated.
yards.
I've got it updated now, so it should be working now.
Oh man, Louisville called a timeout to ice the onside kick and got a little sneak peek of what Georgia Tech was going to do. Georgia Tech had one kicker going in to kick it, and the other one actually kicked it the other way. Kind of a misdirection onside kick. Louisville got a little bit of insight. They got to see what Georgia Tech did, so now Tech has to change it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm seeing Jeff Braun now just talking to this guy saying this is what they were doing. And I mean, we'll see. Does Georgia Tech keep the same strategy or do they change it up here?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So now, I mean, we're just seeing the coaching staff talking to him, and I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, does it become a game of psychology at this point when you're just talking about one team thinks they're going to do one thing and they do another, or I mean, did Louisville think that
It's
they're going to do
definitely a
something
head.
else here?
It's definitely a mind game here. Does Georgia Tech run the same thing they just had, or do they kick it away. I do like that they do keep both kickers out there, so that at least makes them double think. All right, are they going to do the same thing? It's at least in their head.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, here we go. This is gonna be it right here. The
They did
kick.
it, but they switched it. So they did the same thing, but
And
they switched the kickers, and Louisville comes away with the football.
yeah, that's gonna be about your game. And yeah. So that's just that is just well, interesting end of this game essentially. Um on that onside kick, the fake, and it didn't end up working out for Georgia Tech as they put up a good fight, but doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get this thing done.
They did. They were at least able to get some points there late in the second half, and they didn't get completely shut out in the second half, but just not enough to come away with the win. That strip sack down in the red zone when it was 29-28 really hurt them. So, just two QB kneels here's all it's going to take. And the Louisville Cardinals have won the first win for Jeff Brom in the Louisville Cardinal era. So, on the other hand, the Brent Key era as the full-time head coach for Georgia Tech does not start out the way that they wanted to, but a lot of positive signs out of Georgia Tech. They played a lot better and had a lot more fight in them than this team would have last year. So I like it. I like it a lot. And so I'm just I'm glad to see them come out and at least be competitive in this football game and put up a good fight. But wrap this stream up as that is your final. Louisville 39, Georgia Tech 34. The ball game is
Yeah.
over. But I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys go subscribe to American Football Network, The Football Expert, Sorgy Stories, and College Football Roundup. Check us all out. Help us all out. We really appreciate all the support we get from you guys. We hope to see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be having a lot of streams coming in. Tomorrow we've got
Oh yeah.
tomorrow we've got Boise State at Washington at 3:30, followed by South Carolina, North Carolina at 7:30. We got a lot of great games coming tomorrow. A lot of big streams for you guys. Sunday we got Florida State, LSU. Monday we got Clemson, Duke. So it's going to be fun. We hope to see all of you guys in the stream supporting all of us. We appreciate all your support. Any final closing words, Anthony?
Not much. I'll just say go Badgers, go Mountaineers. We'll get to see them both play tomorrow.
That's right. So we appreciate all you guys watching tonight. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.